Uh-oh.
All ages, welcome to Twitch. It's day one of King of the Sea here on North America. King of the Sea 11. Can you believe
11.
that, Zach?
11.
Can you believe that?
Nope.
Joined as I have been for 7 consecutive Kings of the Sea with my good buddy Lord Zath. How are you today, Zath?
I'm just so excited. I don't know what
I'm
else to
glad.
say, man. Like I'm happy to be here. Like you said, 7 seasons is just craziness.
7 straight seasons. It's hard to believe, man. We've been doing this 2.5 years, coming up on 3. 3 years will be soon, so that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
So, woo, woo. Well, let's talk about King of the Sea 11, Zaf, because something happened. Something completely unprecedented happened to this King of the Sea. If you remember, last King of the Sea, our day one was about 56 teams. I believe that sounds right.
Yeah.
They managed to run a pretty good sized group of Swiss, winnow that down to a group stage, and so on and so forth. But this time, more teams have signed up than ever before, and it's not even close, Seth. We had 105 teams sign up for King of the Sea here on North America.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, that says something about the success of a grassroots player-run competition that's just completely grown into something that just not only do the players own, but Wargaming owns too, and that's fantastic.
Absolutely, absolutely. It is a real success story. I mean, it's taken us more than 2 years to grow the tournament on NA up to this point, but here we are. And so what it means is today, for starters, 2 things have changed from the last King of the Sea. King of the Sea 10, of course, ran back in March and April. Here on NA, the tournament has grown from 4 days of play to now 5 days of play. This is day 1.
Yep.
So the tournament will begin today, the 13th of September, and will run today, and then next Saturday and Sunday, the 19th and 20th, and then, of course, the following Saturday and Sunday, the 26th and 27th, with the North American Grand Finals coming on Sunday, September 27th. That will be the end of the tournament here on NA. So today, we have Swiss play, okay? We have 4 divisions of 24 teams. There are 96 teams competing today, Zath, which is mind-blowing. And only half of those will advance to next weekend.
Yeah. That's the hard part, right? Like, we got so many players, we got so many teams. I was talking with Raptor earlier, like, we're not going to be able to cover everybody. So,
No.
you know, like, our goal here is to try to get you guys to see some of the teams that, you know, like, maybe you haven't heard of, and a good opportunity to see who else is out there, too. And that's what's so exciting about a day like today is that nobody really knows what they're doing quite yet. We get all these other players that have totally different ideas and strats, and they play them out, and that just makes for an extremely unpredictable and exciting day.
Yep, absolutely. We're looking forward to it. So the first match of the day, as you can see up above, we will be bringing you ARPDN versus MBRA here in I think this is the Leahy division? Might be the Murray division. The divisions all have fancy names after figures in naval history, so we'll talk about that later. But I got to make sure I'm getting, no, we're not in the Leahy division. We are in the Murray division, I think. No, we are in the Leahy division. Doesn't matter. We're in one of these damn divisions.
We're somewhere, guys.
No matter what we do.
We're somewhere.
I'm going to get it wrong no matter what we do. Exactly. So, Zath, I think we're just about ready. The teams look like they're ready. Should we go ahead and dive into first game?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right. Actually, they're telling us, says you've got to wait until 3:00. Okay. Faster.
All right. Oh, by the way, Raptor.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, what's up?
While we have a second, so we don't have any bans today, right? This is literally just get in and play.
That is correct. Ship bans here on NA will not begin until day 2. Okay. And after that, days 2, 3, and 4 here on and 5, the remainder of the tournament will run with ship bans, and then the international.
Mm-hmm. Aw. Right. Right. And I'm just noticing we lost a little bit. Okay. I have to go in and add audio output capture for every one of these.
Every single scene. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Take your time and get that done. I had changed. I made a last second change to my intro button this afternoon on my Stream Deck, and that's what messed me up. Like I came in earlier and I had forgotten to add the mic to that particular scene. So that's what messed me up doing that earlier. In fact, I'm gonna go back and fix that so it doesn't happen again.
I was trying to be all snazzy and do it during the with studio mode, but I was looking at the sliders and I'm like, oh, okay, everything's fine. LOL, no.
LOL, no. Yeah. Audio is one of the most irritating things to get right in OBS.
Yes.
So it is so you have to spend time and go through. I actually last night I sat down. I have to give huge props to Double O Duke and the admin team, global admin team for this tournament. They've done a brilliant job making our lives so easy as casters this time. There's a little install tool they gave everybody. You push a few buttons, it downloads everything, it puts it in. It even added the scene collection right into OBS. So all we had to do was go select the right scene collection, make some fairly minor tweaks to the quirks of our particular machines and everything, and it's worked brilliantly. And I'm just huge props to them for making our lives so easy.
Absolutely, yes.
Because it makes it just that much more simple for us to bring the action to you guys with a minimal amount of pain. Now we do have to do some additional setup. Of course, everybody's got to go in and set all their audio up, and we've done all of that. But yeah, I think it looks like we're probably only a couple minutes away here from this game. It looks like we are going to get a 30-second warning. Everybody's here. Everybody's ready. The ref has checked everything. We're good to go. We've been authorized to start, but they did ask us to wait until 5 after, presumably because the refs today are going to be some of the most hardworking people on the planet. You have to consider every half hour or so they have to drop 48 games almost consecutively, and all of those games have to get their lineups checked and everything. There's a lot going on today. So we did get our 30-second warning there, Zaf. So get ready on your map intro video. We'll be headed off to game 1 very, very soon.
All right, sounds good.
Did you get your audio all set up?
Almost.
All good to go?
Almost.
Okay. All right, here we go. We're getting a 5-second count. So I'm going to go ahead and push the button. Let's go have a look, and we'll be on our way to North.
All right. That's interesting. Alright, I'm turning off studio mode because now I'm on map cinematic. Yeah, and it's not loading. Whatever. We'll just go into the damn game and be done with it.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta turn off Duke.
Yeah, that helps.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 of today here on the Swiss stage of King of the Sea 11 on North America. We are bringing you ARPDN and MBRA. We are here on North, and MBRA is not moving?
Okay.
They're not moving, Zaf.
Nope.
I'm
Oh,
wondering
one of
if
them
we already.
moved.
Yeah, the Stalin. One of their Stalins moved. Have we already had a mulligan?
Well, their Shimikaze's reversing.
Yeah, I'm feeling a game relaunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody's going anywhere. So I'm gonna head back to port. I'm betting that is a thing.
Yep.
All right. Well, back to port then. Sorry about that, guys. So the way this works is, if their teams are allowed at least one disconnect, we can reboot for that sort of thing. It does happen from time to time when players crash in training room. So what happens is teams are all allowed to call a mulligan and go back, and there's our first one of the day. Just get that out of the way, I suppose.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yep. All right, looks like just about everybody is back in the training room. Not quite, almost there.
Aha. I know I had this set properly, but I guess I didn't. Yeah, so... Whatever. I've got everything all set, but it's still not showing up properly when I go into map video introduction. That's the one I'm supposed to be using, right?
Usually it's the up next map video introduction, I believe.
Up
Is the scene. Is that the scene you're looking for? Yeah. It should be up next map video introduction.
Up next map video. Okay. Let me go and
Yeah,
try that one real quick.
I won't pretend it makes sense, but that's what it should be. Get into the game from there.
Yeah, it's just crashing, going to a black screen, and then it's doing the background thing. So okay.
Then just skip it. Just skip it today.
Yep.
They're not. Those videos are fun. They're nice to have. They're not need to have.
Yeah, that's really strange though. It's really frustrating. 'Cause it was.
It is. It is. They have dropped the game, so you guys have seen the intro video. We'll give it a second.
You there?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm checking on something. Okay. Apparently, I've got conflicting bots in my chat. All right, well, let's get to the game. let's get to the game, and I'll figure the bot problem out later. We're gonna have plenty of time in between games.
Oh,
All right, guys,
God.
here we go. Bringing you Game 1 ARPDN, spawning on the north side here of North versus MBRA.
Yep, over on the I'll talk about the ARP side of things. We've got I love
Sounds good.
Captain Stevie X. So my cat has become a captain of the Kremlin, so that's exciting. We've got Yamato there with Man from Mars. We've got a Stalingrad, Moskva, Des Moines, and another Des Moines. And Montpellier's decided he's not happy with her. He started, so he's going to the other side of the map in his Henri. And then we've got a Daring and a Summers.
MBRA playing a lineup that looks vaguely reminiscent of the wall of the Soviet Iron Curtain Wall of Steel, Zath. They got 4 Stalingrads in their lineup, complemented by a Zao, a Shikishima. First time that ship has entered King of the Sea play this time around. Occur first, Gearing, and Shimikaze.
I'm excited to see Shikishima.
I am too. I'm just going to be curious to see if the penetration on those guns makes any difference at all. Now, I will say this: MBRA's Stalin that crashed out earlier is not moving. It looks like he may have crashed out again.
Uh-oh.
That's Akira Man here, yeah. MBRA is also making some odd choices here. They're trying to reposition. It looks like they're trying to reposition everybody over to the A cap, but they can see TD's Des Moines is getting just absolutely hammered. They lost vision on him.
Mm-hmm.
But they had sight of him for a little while and put some good chunks into him.
Yep, they can only see Man from Mars right now.
A little bit of return fire coming in on one of the Stalins. A little chip damage, nothing major there. MBRA making a hard push to the west. Literally every ship on their fleet is headed in that direction, except for Akira's Stalin, which is just sitting still. And who's this? This is Destruction Stalin. He's pointed that ray. He's just kind of angling. He's kind of derping around. I'm not sure what he's doing down here south of B.
Good question.
ARP, in the meantime, making a hard push for an AC split, of course. They're daring. That's ZPA-83 will be on the top of C momentarily. There he goes.
Yep. TD has put himself in a Des Moines to block out B cap. He can just go in and radar it if it's contested, so he's just that trapdoor spider.
ARP seeming content to just leave B alone while they make their AC push. Tango Kilo Mike Shimakaze putting torpedoes now across the A cap as he works the southwestern corner, not going into the cap, which I find interesting because, let me have a check here. I don't think ARP has any radar that could cover the A cap. No, they don't.
Nope.
And MBRA has played their Stalin so far back, they're actually not able to radar the A cap and prevent this. MBRA's initial deployment, very chaotic. Akira now seemingly in the game as he and the Shikishima are headed over towards C. Shiki just took some good chunk damage there from Man from Mars.
Yeah, he's been working on Montpellier, but apparently his guns have been slightly off. I mean, it's difficult when you only have 2 barrels per turret.
Well, with that few shells, you got to make them land. You got to make them count.
Exactly.
4 minutes gone. ARPDN taking up a small lead, 50 points here on North as the game starts to get underway. Early cap advantage definitely going their way.
Here comes some radar. That's Chris McCann and the Stalingrad.
Indeed, Stalin radar coming up, spotting the gearing there south of B as Tango Kilo Mike is about to step onto Alpha. I guess he's figured out the Summers has moved off or whatnot. They are going to get some damage into Brazilian's gearing.
Not too much, though. I thought there would have been a little bit more.
Not too much. It occurs to me I don't have any music for this. I'm going to have to work on that before the next game. ARP seeming content to kind of let MBRA work the A flank. MBRA is going to pick up A here momentarily. They do finally have Golden Hand Summers radared up here, apparently. He's spotted somehow. But most of MBRA is all down there south of A, and the Shiki and the Stalingrad over here south of B seem to be just kind of trying to hold up any kind of perceived push that might be coming through the C cap.
Yep.
Marcel's Shikishima living dangerous here, showing broadside to a Kremlin and a Yamato and getting away with it, now trying to get turned away.
Well, that ultimate disrespect, though, did save him from some daring torpedoes.
Did indeed. If he had turned in and just kind of pulled up the handbrake, those torpedoes would have definitely landed home. More Kremlin shells coming in, but the angle on that's pretty steep.
Yep.
Yep. Maybe a pen in the bow, but not much more than that.
Feels like
now ZPA's daring chimes in.
Feels like both teams are just they're afraid to commit too much for the fear of losing a ship or two and then throwing the lead.
Well, too much too soon, right? Like you've got to be very, very careful.
For those of you guys who are new to the tournament, one thing we want to mention is we have the ability to see both teams without any sort of fog of war. Keep in mind, obviously, that the teams that are playing, they don't have that luxury. So
correct. And I'll demonstrate for you guys watching my stream, right? Like, okay, so I can push a button, and this is what ARP sees. This is spectator mode. So now
Yep.
I'm seeing exactly what ARP is seeing.
Yep.
I can change buttons, and now I can see exactly what MBRA is seeing. Or with a touch of another button, I can see everyone on the entire board.
Yep. Hats off to Wargaming for putting this in. It's so much easier
Spectator mode.
than the old way of
Spectator
doing
mode
it.
So sexy.
Although-
So sexy. Now, MBRA, go ahead.
One thing I do miss is when you would say, "Hey Zath, where's so and so?" and I'd be like,
That's
"Just
right.
wait."
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Now, MBRA seems to be reorienting for a B push here. Their gearing has worked back into the bottom of the cap. They've moved one of the Stalingrads in close to cover this cap.
Yep.
But it does mean that they've kind of hung Marcel Shikishima out to dry over here. He does not have a lot of support as he's continually getting shelled by somebody he can't see over on from the 9 line.
Yep.
He does get his salvo out on Commander Droid's Moskva. Doesn't get a whole lot out of it. Oh, Marcel takes a big hit there, probably from the Kremlin astern of him that he can't even, again, he can't see.
Yep. Brazilians under fire too.
Yeah, MBRA is really struggling with their vision control right now. They're having a hard time seeing kind of some of these high-value targets.
I mean,
They
they
have
can
no
only see
idea where
3
the
ships.
daring is.
They can only see 3 ships right now.
Indeed.
Then again, ARP can only see 2, so.
Yeah, but the 2 they can see, they are absolutely hammering. I
That's
cannot
right.
imagine that Marcel is going to be in this game much longer. There's the Moskva, the Des Moines. There's 2 different Des Moines and the Moskva all throwing shells at him. I mean, he's going to have to pull way back. He's on double fires. At a minimum, he's going to be pushed so far back he'll be largely ineffective for a while.
Yep.
Nine minutes gone. Time just kind of ticking away here. 110 points separate these 2 teams as each one of them ticks up a cap. Nobody able to cap B here. ARP, of course, has moved in 2 different radars towards the B cap. There's basically no chance that either one of these MBRA destroyers is going to have an easy time capping B.
Uh-oh, look over at A. Look at Impious Machina. He's going to take at least 1. Decent reaction. Okay, he'll be alright, but that's going to mess up his plans. He was going to, I think, move farther along the smokes.
1 Summers Torp there as Brazilian is radared south of B. Shells coming in, 500 HP, trying to escape with his ship. His next salvo from the Des Moines or the Henri will probably end him.
Yeah, he's trying to make Inky. We'll see if it works.
He put up his smoke now that the radar is out. More shells continuing to come in. They're just guessing now. He's on 500 HP. There's no reason to not just keep trying. One thing he's got going for him is that it's challenging to gauge depth in smoke. When someone is smoking away from you,
Yep.
it's very challenging to try to figure out how that's going to work.
Yep, looks like they've given up on him.
They have indeed. Valerius's Des Moines has boldly pushed around bottom end of C as he moves up with a Stalingrad on his flank and a daring in front of him.
They smell blood with that Shikishima.
Well, Marcel is healed up a bit. He's back in the
Oh.
fight on about a quarter HP, but he just chunks Valerius.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah. Valerius just got absolutely hammered by somebody. The Stalingrad to the south has a decent angle on him, and apparently the Shikishima did as well.
I think that might have been the Kerr first.
Somebody certainly chunked him.
Yeah. Destruction might be headed for destruction with some daring torpedoes.
Quite a close game here. MBRA rotating their destroyers now. Brazilian retreating, not going anywhere near B anymore, as they're trying to push Impious's Stalingrad around the top end of this island on the eastern side of A, but ARP seems ready for this play.
Well, I don't know if they're ready for Shimakaze torpedoes. Commander Droid taking probably 2 here.
Took at least 1. There's the second one. Oh my goodness. On 4,800 HP now.
Who can hit him? Impious, but Impious is taking some hits too.
Impious needs to get back under cover, although he is throwing HE in that direction. We'll see if they can get Droid.
500 and
11
2
minutes
fires.
gone.
That's
Still
it.
nobody on there. First kill of the game does go to MBRA. That narrows the gap, but it does not change the lead. Not quite. More torpedoes coming in for Impious. Looks like he's got them spotted. He's found himself a nice gap. But the Henri shells coming from the north will probably eventually get him. I can't imagine that they can keep those off of him forever.
Yep. He needs that Shimakaze smoke.
I feel like Zap, they should have sent 2 Stalins that way instead of just 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think sending 1 that way basically allowed ARP to focus him out, which of course has happened now. Both teams on 1 kill. 8 minutes to play here. I also still feel like Valerius's Des Moines is a soft spot. MBRA seems to recognize it as well. They're rotating Marcel Shikishima back in that direction.
Well, at this point, you kind of have to go back around the flanks and you have to try to make some sort of a turning move happen. You've got to hope that ARP has basically, pushed out too far.
Yep, indeed. Golden Hand Summers now chasing Tango Kilo Mike's Shimakaze back towards the A cap as Tango Kilo dumps a boatload of torpedoes out there for Montpellier's Henri, and the Daring is getting hammered. That's ZPA's Daring.
Yep.
You almost get the sense, Saf, that ARP maybe got a little too aggressive south of C. I don't think they needed to move these ships up, and admittedly they haven't lost them yet, but if they do, it's going to really change the complexion of this game.
Well, and that's what I was talking about with the overextending, right? Like, it's very easy to start chasing and thinking, okay, they've given up this flank, we need to press. But you don't necessarily need to do that.
Yeah.
Whereas I think MBRA's problem is that they won the flank over at A and they didn't press. That's what you were talking about earlier with sending 2 Stalingrads up that way instead of 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like they should have swung more than just the 1 ship around the island and continued pressing differently. Montpellier's got Stalingrad shells coming in. Did he dodge them well? He did indeed.
There you go.
That could have been a catastrophic salvo, but it turned out okay. Chris McCann's Stalingrad also taking a solid hit as he plays that gap over there in between the B and the C cap. Valerius on 1800 HP. Oh.
And now Marcel's got a
Shikishima has
shot.
to be salivating for these shots, man.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is.
A single solid pen probably wipes out this Des Moines.
Well, but Valerius is now healing.
Yeah, he's managing to get a heal off. Akira's going to take probably 1 of these Daring torpedoes right in the bow. It's a really close game, Zath. We're coming up on about 6. We're just past 6 minutes left to play. Neither team has a clear-cut advantage.
Right. Akira went ahead and radar caught the Daring out. A couple of salvos coming in. There's another radar coming up from Chris, I think, in the Stalingrad in the middle. Destruction's under heavy fire.
They've been working on Destruction for several minutes now. They've whittled him down to about 25% of his health, but he's still alive. But he's got 4 ships pounding on him, and he's just screwed up. Like, he could have potentially handled his ship better in this gap and gotten cover, but he didn't do it.
Yes,
I think they're going to bag him. They're going to bag him eventually.
He's managed
Probably
to
he'll be the
Austin
next
Powers
thing off the
himself
board.
right there.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the next thing off the board, Zath.
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes to play. ARP clinging to about a 100-point lead here.
Chris just got hammered, I think, again from the Kerr first.
Could be. Destruction's going out, Zath. 2,300 HP and falling.
No, it was Destruction shells, I think, actually.
Could be. Chris McCann now also getting quite low. Destruction deciding he's going to sell his ship dearly, but he'll be off the board right here. That puts ARP a little closer to a win, but they're not there yet. And their C flank is under a lot of pressure. There goes, yep, there was the Shikishima salvo on Chris McCann. They pushed him back.
Yep.
That ties up the kills again.
4 minutes left in the game, guys. Anybody can win at this point.
A single kill will not flip the score. We saw that earlier. So even if MBRA bags another kill, it's not enough to flip the score. They need 2 kills, or they need more than that. Oh, the Daring torpedoes on the Shikishima.
Yep.
Oh, what a salvo!
Very.
Look
Big salvo.
at it.
Oh,
Look at this.
that's a salvo.
What a heroic torpedo salvo from ZPA. Well done.
Songs will be
Goodness
sung of that
gracious.
day.
Indeed. What an amazing. Wow. He gave a rack to the Stalin and a rack to the Shiki, and he got them both. Well done.
Very good.
MBRA running out of time. They're going to have to make a play and do some pushing. I'm really surprised to see this Kurfürst has been lurking back here all games out. He's now finally moving up the 4 line, kind of trying to make this interesting.
Yeah, it kind of feels like they were. There goes Akira. They kind of weren't that sure what to do with him.
I gotta say, Zath, the heroes for me, the heroes of this match are this Daring and Valerius' Des Moines. ZPA and Valerius have almost single-handedly held this flank against a Shikishima and a Stalingrad and made it work.
Yep.
Under 3 minutes, but time's ticking away here. ARP closing in on a win, less than 90 seconds away. The MBRA Kurfürst is going to eat at least 2 of these Summers torpedoes as they come in, if not 3. Nope, just 2.
There it is.
I don't think MBRA's got this at. ARP did such a brilliant job of locking down the B cap, and then ARP just they saw what needed to happen over at C, but I feel like they didn't rotate enough force back there to really push that pressure point and make it happen.
Right. Well, and we were talking about the Stalingrads with MBRA. I think the other problem is over at A side. They overextended the one Stalingrad. He got himself killed over time. That's it, right?
Yep, indeed. Well played by both teams, but ARP coming out on top here in Swiss play. Well done. Well done. Congrats to both teams. That was a great game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. These are the games that I love watching, right? Where anything can and will happen.
Absolutely. Okay. Gotta get my goofy little what's-it pulled up here so we can just do this for posterity. There we go. ARPDN with the victory. Well done. All right, game 1 in the books. Ah, goodness gracious. That was fun. I hope every game is like that.
Yes.
That game was a nail biter.
Yes.
All right. Well, so now the fun begins, right? Because the way Swiss play works is we have to wait for all the games in at least that division to finish up before they can even pair the next division, and we're able to see what our potential options are to choose from in terms of games for the next round. So it's going to be a few minutes until we have an idea of what's going on. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Now comes the slow part of the cast.
About how many minutes would you say, Raptor?
It's a good question. That game went almost to time. Let's tab over and have a look at results in the various divisions. Let's see. That was okay. We were looking. You and I had talked about going to see TF34 possibly for Game 2. I believe they're down in the Spruance division. No, that's the Kraken. Okay, that's okay. He's the last one here, I think. Ugh, I can't keep it all straight. There's too many teams, guys. There's too many teams. They must be
very much too many teams. That's okay though. That's a good problem to have. I'd say.
Okay, so TF34 dropped their first game. They lost to KIA. Okay. The pairings for that division are up. If we want to see them, if we want to go watch them, Zath, it's up to you. Do you want to cast Task Force 34 for the next game?
Sure.
All right, they're in the Murray division. Let me go mark this down, or make sure I get it right. Yes, Murray. Okay. Oh, by the end of the day, I'll have figured it out just in time to
stop and move on to the next.
For it not to matter anymore, right? Because we won't have 4 divisions next weekend. Okay, so the pairings are up for that division, but they have not been put into the spreadsheet just yet. It looks like the refs are working on that, so we'll give them a few minutes. Let's look at the round 1 winners here. Remember, guys, the goal today is 3 wins. Okay, so teams you may have heard of, right, that have won their first game along the way. KIA, Star Brasil, Zath. Remember, we saw Star Brasil last tournament.
Yep.
They won their game one today, along with Armada del Sur, traditionally, which is a Hurricane team in clan battles. 5D winning their game in Murray Division, as well as RBMK and the Quebec Navy, who we've seen before. We've cast them before as well. Let's have a look at Spruance Div. Who over here do we know? KSD, TNG winning both of their early games. Looks like Kraken and NGA is the only score I don't see reported in that division. Don't know if our boys won yet, Zap.
We will have to find out, won't we?
I'll have to find out. Looking over in Leahy Division, we've got QQ7. They won their game along with YOLO NACL. Looking to see if there's any other teams in here that I recognize. There's quite a number of teams that I've not reported in that division just yet. And then Grau Division. AP with a win. RNG, GGWP with a win. NAM, who we've seen before, they've made it to day 2 before. Both divisions of NAM, NAM and NAM2. They've fielded 2 teams in this event, and they are both, unfortunately, playing in the same division. They have the chance to run into each other.
No!
Yeah, it could happen. We don't know, right? Like, we don't get to make these decisions. Could happen. Awesome. Very cool. Lots of good stuff going on today. All right, so let's see. All right, the refs are populating round 2 for Murray Division, which I think was where we were going to go. Yes. So let me look for the TF34 game, which is not in here just yet.
Now, while Raptor's doing that, just so you guys are aware, again, those of you that are new to this tournament, starting next week on Saturday, there won't be as many delays with the streamers because, like Raptor said, we have to wait for every team to get through their first round before we can move on to the next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Swiss play is a little challenging. It tends to be a little slow on these days. That's why having a great co-caster like Zath makes a big difference, because we can just chat. Well, I mean, you and I can just talk about whatever, right? Like, we've been doing this long enough and we're friends, so it's just easy to just, shoot the breeze and fill the time with whatever. Plus, the tournament structure changes a little bit every single time, so it's always good to use the downtime to refresh everybody's memory, right, on how this whole thing fits together. While we're doing that, though, I'm going to get one of these Moobot giveaways going.
There you go.
Let's get that done. Get that done.
Spending some time with Captain Stevie sitting on my lap right now.
If I can get this to work. There we go. All right, guys. There we go. Guys, I do have a giveaway open now. So, guys, just so you know, we've got some codes, some codes that basically were gifted to us by Wargaming that we can give away to you guys that are just good for, each one is good for 5 resource crates, okay?
Yep.
I'll let this run for a little while. As we get closer to the game 2, I'll close this one out and we'll run one during game 3. All right, let me go back over the spreadsheet, have a look here. Still waiting on them to get everything populated. The refs, I tell you, this is the most refs I've ever seen us have on NA, and it's the most organized that I've seen the refs, and man, they are crushing it. Mm-hmm. They're absolutely crushing it, because they have to come in and do, they have to check every team lineup before they drop, so every game has a ref assigned to it now, and they're doing a great job tracking, who won, and getting everything populated, and verifying all the results, and our ref corps are the unsung heroes of this event, so absolutely. Kudos to all of those guys.
Absolutely. Hey, what's the next map we're doing?
We should be going to Tears of the Desert. Roke, one of my regulars just said in chat that Kraken won their game versus NGA.
Yep, they did.
All right, there you go. There you go.
We have a slight streamer bias because they're our clan.
Oh, I mean, look, fellas. Okay, look, if you're gonna be here, you're gonna get the homer pick. It's just gonna happen. I'm sorry. Suck it up and deal. Suck it up. I'm gonna root for my boys. It's the way it is.
So who's Task Force 34 playing?
They should be playing. Let me pull the right division up again. They are in Murray, right? Was it Murray? Yes. According to tournament, they will be playing Hopas, which is Honor Our People at Sea. So I guess I should get that set here.
Yeah,
Now,
I figured
I don't know who is the host of that game. TF34 will be the alpha team, so they'll be the host.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go ping them and let them know. I'm gonna get this set up real quick. And we're going to, what did I say? Tears of the Desert, right?
Tears of the Desert. You got it.
And there we go. All right, so the overlay is updated. Let me go pop over here. Murray. Are any of them here? Yeah, we got a few of them. Okay.
You found the room?
No, I'm letting them know.
Oh, got it.
I'm letting them know we're going to be casting their game. Okay, let me make sure. I'm going to go back over to the spreadsheet. Spreadsheet. It's kind of ironic that we're using spreadsheets, huh?
Yeah.
The irony. The irony.
Are you having fun doing it, though, Raptor?
Absolutely. Aren't we all?
Okay. That's what matters the most.
That's what matters the most, kids. All right, so. Just waiting for that to show up in this. I've got to wait for the game to appear in the spreadsheet so I can mark it as the game that we're going to cast. Right, because right now only some of the games for this round are filled in, so I'm waiting for the rest of them to get populated. Looks like that is occurring now. Yeah. Okay,
there
so I'll give a couple of minutes. We should be good to go.
Meanwhile, my personal co-streamer has decided he's no longer happy on my lap.
Too funny. You know, my wife and I have talked about getting a dog for years, and we can never agree on what kind of dog to get. So we just never have. We just never have. I prefer small dogs. I'm a lap dog kind of a guy, right? And she wants a horse, and I'm like, no, I don't want a horse.
I'm sorry, man, but I've met you in real life. I just can't see you walking around the street with like this little like, I don't know, purse poodle or something, like crouched on your arm like a football. Like that's just one of the funniest mental images I've just gotten. Thank you for that.
So So I grew up. I said lap dog, not purse dog. I grew up with a miniature schnauzer in my house, right? And he was 20-ish pounds, maybe low 20s, 22 pounds maybe when he was big, right? And that to me was great, right? He could, when you sit in your chair, the dog could curl up in your lap. And schnauzers, the miniature schnauzer was brilliant because he doesn't shed anywhere, right? There's no hair to clean up. They require some specific grooming. They're not flawless, obviously, but that's what I grew up with. And so, but to me, like talking to my wife, like she's more of a lab kind of person, like a chocolate lab or a black lab or a golden retriever. And I'm just like, that's too much dog for me, man. That dog's got more energy than I will have. That's just crazy. I don't know that I could do it. I don't know how I'd keep up with it, man.
Yeah, it's funny though watching them. Like Stevie literally, he just walked up to the couch and he's like, screw this, I'll go to my normal spot. He walks over, and my wife's cat is laying on that part that he wants to lay in. So he just stops and looks at her, like he's like looking around. She perks her head up and says, "Step off." And now he's just looking back at me like, what do I do?
I just realized I pasted this info in the wrong channel. Give me a moment.
I love kitty cats.
Yeah, you're definitely a cat person. That's just never been my thing.
I mean, I had a dog growing up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had I guess you would call her a lap dog, like how you were describing. It was a Bichon Frise mix. And yeah, she was fantastic. Her name was Mittens. She was one of the smartest dogs we've ever seen. Like got to the point where like we could just get open the door, let her out, and she would just do her thing. She knew the boundary of the art, and she'd walk back in. We didn't have to have an invisible fence or any of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she was a good girl. Wow.
Found it. Okay, just do a search for Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Let's
okay.
see. Hopefully they haven't dropped already. Looks like they might have. Yeah, they're already playing. So our cunning plan to cast this game is shattered.
Okay.
So we have to find a new game, Zaf.
Okay.
Pick somebody else.
I don't really care, man. Whoever you want.
I guess the trick is finding a game that hasn't dropped yet. Ha ha ha.
Yep, they have started.
Let's go see if we can find NACL. I don't know much
Okay.
about those guys. Let's go learn more.
All right.
I just love the name. This NAC. I just love the name. Okay, so I'm going to remove this message because that's obviously not going to matter. So let's see. We are in Leahy Division. Oh, Mersh. I know Mersh. Okay, Mersh's name's familiar. Let's just see if he's the room host. Actually, who's he playing?
I think
Who are
most
they
of these
playing?
games might have started already.
Well, I'm a little. They really shouldn't be starting quite that quickly. Okay, ASHIP is the host of this game, so let's see who their rep is. Their rep is. Alright, so okay, so let's see if I can find these guys. Come on. Oh, the training interface is so slow and there's this many people using it.
Yep.
No.
I'm just
Okay.
going into whatever training room I can see that's clearly King of the Sea.
I'm about to join you there, my friend. There it is. I found it. But I think it looks like this game has already dropped. No, they haven't. Come on in. Hang on.
Okay. Who is this?
NACL and ASHIP.
Okay.
The host is Tree. Just do a search for Tree and you'll find it.
Got it. Let's do it.
All right, let me get my update overlay updated here. So the Alpha team is ASHIP, and the Bravo team is NACL. And I think there's a hyphen in front of NACL. Yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go.
All right, we got it.
All right, so there we go. Excellent. Phew. All right, I think we are about ready for this game. At least I hope so, anyway.
Yeah, right.
Let me ask if the... Just making sure that the ref has already been here and given them a good... Then are you ready to go, Zaf?
I am indeed, yes.
All right, well then I say let's drop this when ready.
All right.
And I am going to go ahead and run this intro video, I think. Make sure. I want to make sure that they're... Oh, they're waiting on one. Okay.
Well, then that works, doesn't it?
So, yeah, I'm going to let them... Perfect. If they'll give me a short notice, we'll be in great shape for this. So... Oh, goodness.
That's right.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the...
Off the North African coast, an arid expanse of the Mediterranean Sea plays host to opposing forces as they battle it out for control of the seas. Amongst these sun-blasted islands, where enemy fire isn't the only bad way to die, only one team will triumph. This is Tears of the Desert. Tears of the Desert is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from northwest to southeast. The A cap is in the top left, B is in the center, and C is in the bottom right. Capture Area A has enough island cover nearby for teams to sneak in a radar cruiser and cover the capture zone, though it's common to see ships attempting to flank the cap by sailing into the northwestern corner of the map. In the center, Cap B has superb island cover near the center that allows destroyers to contest the area from behind shelter. Landing shells on ships in this position is challenging until teams are able to push forces into the corners of the map. Cap C is similar to Cap A. There is cover nearby for cruisers who want to defend, but very little cover within the cap itself. The picket line of islands that separate B and C make pushing in force from one cap to the other very challenging. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Tears of the Desert.
Man, I'm so glad that video is working now. Oh, looky what we have here. Aw, hi me, thank you very much for the sub, man. You got your video still going, good friend?
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah.
This is the longest one. That's why I asked them to give us a little extra time.
Oh, Anti-Bully Ranger Chainsaw. I remember him. It's all good. We're just looking at the ship comps right now.
Yep, no worries.
Floating around.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 2 here of Swiss. Myself and Lord Zath bringing you ASHIP versus NACL here on Tears of the Desert. Zath, take us through the ASHIP lineup.
Well, interestingly enough, I was going to highlight how there's a Nevsky, but I see there's one on the other team as well. We've got we've got a Gearing Shimakaze for the destroyers, and they are, well, interestingly enough, Tree going into B cap in the mid, and our Gearing Mr. Antiboli is heading towards C cap. We got a Venezia, Moskva, Montana, and Stalingrad all supporting C. And there's our Des Moines and Yamato heading towards A, with the Nevsky putting himself in an interesting position to maybe shell that safe spot on the other side of that big island in B cap.
NACL opting for Montana, Yamato, going very classic battleship lineup here. Des Moines, Venezia, Moskva also bringing a Nevsky. This is the first King of the Sea that Nevsky has been legal. I don't think she was even released, or she might have been on the verge of released in the spring, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then tagging Stalingrad, of course, and then pairing that up at the end with a. I'm sorry, I'm reading your lineup. Why am I reading your lineup? Let's try again. NACL, Montana, Ohio. Double Yoshino, double Stalingrad.
Mm-hmm.
We do not normally see a lot of Yoshinos, Af.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious to see how they're going to deploy these things. Also bringing their own Nevsky and then pairing it up with Gearing and Summers.
Well, you know what? If you wanted to bring a Yoshino into a battle, this would be a good map for it. There's a large area of just open space for them to run about. They've got their 20-kilometer torpedoes, so they can just reach out and torp things. And
Yeah.
you know, their guns aren't that bad either. It's just, you know, they're big and long, so you got to be very careful about positioning.
Well, I also feel like that Yoshino is not a horrible counter. Counter's not the word. Um, a horrible choice to fight back against Stalingrads, right? Because the Japanese HE, I believe the 310 millimeter HE has enough penetration to get through the Stalingrad deck.
310 divided by 6.
Should be
that's over 50.
About 52, a little about 51 millimeters. It should be over 50. So yeah, you should get there.
Mm-hmm. So you're right. It will chew it up versus thinking the other ship would be a ZOW, but the ZOW's only got 203, so it will not pen the Stalingrads.
Correct. NACL picking up C here, largely uncontested, as Germaid Summers looks like he's going to pick up B. Zath, what happened to the destroyer that was in B for ASHIP? He was there, and then now he's not.
Well, he moved to a position to where he can back into the cap, and he's about to back in right now. Or did he disconnect? No, he's literally sitting right outside of the cap circle. Now he's reversing. I was just watching his torpedoes, like his torpedo tubes just keep switching, like they're like twitching, like they're not sure what to do. There we go.
All right, well, NACL does move out to about a 50-point lead here on the back of their early cap advantage. ASHIP now is contesting B, so nobody's getting points off of B right now. The Summers swanning around the bottom end, the Shimakaze clinging to the top end.
Ooh. Dead by assault.
Yeah, just got slapped. The Venezia has been doing some really good work down here against these Yoshinos, because Yoshino's big weakness, of course, it's covered in 32 millimeters of armor. So HE and that nasty Italian SAP will get full pin damage against these Yoshinos all day long.
Yep. Yep. And he's in a very good position, covering most of his potential incoming fire angles.
You know what else, Sad? Look at where Ant Bully is. I really like his position down here in these this little rocky outcropping in the extreme southeastern corner of the sea cap.
Yep, he sacrificed a little bit of time in order to get into that better position.
Well, and I think that's something that's often overlooked. You certainly don't see people doing that in random battles, right? Everybody in randoms is charge, 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 get right in there, right? And then, but in competitive modes like this, in competitive play, you do tend to see the patience play out, in the sense of people like, all right, let's pull back, let's take the extra 60 seconds to work into a better or more optimal position, and we're seeing that pay off here for ASHIP as they do bag C.
Yep, Pierce about to take a Yoshino torpedo right in the middle. There goes about a third of his health.
Those Yoshino torps hit like trains, because those are the 20-kilometer Shimakaze torps that are spotted from orbit. But holy crap, they hurt. Oh my goodness.
Captain Caveman just got whacked. I think that might have been a Montana salvo.
So I think the Montana's probably the only one with the angle on him.
Ohio's shooting at him too.
But he is very exposed out there. The Ohio, that's Mercer's Ohio, probably has a decent shot as well over this island.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he pushed up that far. Empoli Ranger Chainsaw now coming out right in front of these torpedoes. I think he'll be okay. He's turning. Yeah, he'll be fine.
They are, remember, these torpedoes are well spotted because they are Yoshino torpedoes. So I think Captain Caveman is going off the board here very soon, Zaf.
Oh yeah, you can see
7K
NACL is
falling.
just focusing him hard right now.
Now, NACL has also rotated induced gearing back to provide cover for this Yoshino. There goes the Moskva. First kill does go to NACL here over at the sea cap. But I like them using the gearing smoke to get this Yoshino some breathing space. I think that's well done.
Yep. ASHIP's Yamato just took a torpedo in the stern from NACL Summers as well. Forced a DCP.
I gotta say, Zath, I've been really impressed with these Yoshino torpedoes so far. They've done really good work.
Yep.
Even if, and this is the thing that I think people forget about Yoshino, even if you don't land the torpedo, even if the torpedo is spotted, it alters how you navigate. It makes you move. You have to change your course and adapt to that torpedo's existence in your path.
It's all area denial. Like if you see Wolfie's torpedoes from the Yoshino right now coming into that channel, and if it hits, great. If it doesn't, Pierce is going to have to stop what he's doing and navigate to make sure he doesn't take a torpedo. And Sure Shot is going to have to do the same thing. Exactly.
Yep, both of them are.
Oh, Chainsaw is about to get sawed himself. Looks like maybe radar detection. Wow.
He is lit somehow.
Oh.
Must be Stalin radar. He just got slapped. That's the other thing about those Yoshino HE shells. They will brutalize a destroyer if they land.
Yep.
TGK's Yoshino way back on the J line, trying to escape, trying to pull back and regenerate some health, but I think the Venezia is going to get him right here.
Ta-da! Pierce just took a big hit, though, from the side.
Yep. Both teams working on a cap apiece here. About 8.5 minutes gone on Tears of the Desert. NACL working about 100-ish point lead. ASHIP got a couple of ships very low here that NACL could do some good work and try and finish these guys off.
Yep, Pierce is...
Gearing opening up with his guns. I couldn't believe that.
Insomnia? Why not?
Well, because he got punished for it. The Venezia shells coming in from astern of him took about 3 or 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's got Stalingrad shells coming in. There goes another 1,000.
I think they were all thinking, let's get Pierce off the board as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, Pierce was able to duck behind cover.
Now, what's really shocking to me, Zath, is that Trida Shimakaze has worked up to where he just kept A.
Mm-hmm.
And look at all the ships that NACL has up there that could have potentially done something about it, but...
They're playing ring around the island.
Well, watch the Summers. Watch Germany's Summers. We're about to see something very exciting happen here that we don't often see in King of the Sea play, and that is a destroyer charge.
This is SETI Alpha 6.
And I don't know that this is going to work.
Nope.
Because the Des Moines has plenty of warning. That torpedo salvo will not land.
Nope.
The next one will have a better chance to land something. The problem is they needed to leave the Montana. See where the Montana is?
Yep.
You see where Vorex's Montana? Vorex's Montana needed to be back around the other side of that island, but Mersch's Ohio took care of the problem.
You just had to dislodge the Des Moines, but that's
well,
the textbook play to get somebody from behind an island.
Yeah.
You have to go on both sides.
I mean, dislodging him works, right? But you needed the Montana to be literally farther back than he was to have the shot. But now here's the other thing. They've got Tree of Death Shimakaze completely isolated. This will be like a free kill. Look at that hit.
Mm-hmm.
Tree of Death cannot escape. There's nowhere that he can run that he can't get spotted by somebody. They don't have eyes on him right now, but that Summers can go hunt him down and exterminate him.
Yep. He did get a good torp into Patch 84, but clearly not enough.
Well, Patch is already, Patch is in trouble anyway, right? Like, he's been under a lot of pressure, and if he's not careful, these Summers, his friendly Summers torpedoes might actually kill him.
Mm-hmm. Mersch just took 3 torps, by the way.
Is Patch going to eat one?
Oh, just underneath the stern.
Right under the keel. Right under the stern. That was close, kids.
I almost wonder if the propeller might have actually, whacked it or something, you know?
Summers versus Shimakaze gunfight up north of A as Germany is trying to cap A.
Now, Shimakaze...
They know now where the Shimakaze was.
Shimakaze should be able to win a 1v1 against the Summers in a gunfight like this. The thing is, I said 1v1. It's not that way. It's like 3v1.
It's not, because Patch's guns will absolutely make sure it's not 1v1.
Exactly.
So I think Mersch is probably going to be the next thing off the board, but ASHIP finds itself in the unenviable position. They're going to have to find a way to push through this island chain along the 7-8 line and get into the B cap.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to be able to do it, Zaf.
Nope.
It's going to be very, very tough. Now, I will say...
Oh, torpedoes on Germite! Bam! Look at that. ASHIP with 2 kills.
2 quick kills, and ASHIP, just like that, flips the lead.
Clutch
I cannot believe the Summers 8. I can't believe that happened to the Summers. That should not have happened to the Summers.
Should not, but
goodness gracious.
Clutch play by Trio Death there with that panicked torpedo.
They do bag the Nevsky in exchange. That flips the lead back the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But because Germite was not able to recover... No, I'm sorry. NACL did manage to recover the A-cap on the back of Patch's Stalingrad.
Yep, Venezia just went down as well for A-ship.
Yep.
So there's NACL's response.
A-ship has been kind of trying an envelopment play back here with the... Induced is in trouble if he doesn't turn. He probably doesn't know those torpedoes are there quite yet.
Well, he just sees Empoli, so he knows now. And you can see he's already turning away.
Okay, he's found himself a gap. Yeah, he's good.
Yep, he'll be fine.
Because I'll do that in my destroyer sometimes, right? Is that I will launch torpedoes, intending to draw an enemy destroyer into a bad exchange with a gunfight.
Mm-hmm.
ASHIP ties up on kills again, but still upside down on points. 7 minutes to play here on Tears of the Desert, as Tree of Death Shimakaze is about to give them a cap advantage. He'll be onto A right there.
Yep.
Tree of Death Shimakaze right now for me, Zath, is the star of the ASHIP team. Just the work that he's done up here has been phenomenal.
Absolutely, but there is a Nevsky that's approaching. Of course, Nevsky does have that, Russian radar. He's in range now for it. And I think Tree recognizes that. Oh, here comes a gearing slap fight. There's the radar. Induced might lose this fight, but I think Bully's going to go down too. Oh, yeah. Yoshino coming in and helping out with that. And Tree just has to hold out for another, I don't know, 15 seconds.
Nope, they do get a reset right there. The Nevsky comes in. Nevsky doing great work, just keeping Tree reset here. Pushing him back off the cap.
Oh.
Uh-oh, Tree's in trouble. 700 HP, more shells still coming in.
Yep.
That Nevsky rate of fire, 200 HP. Nevsky's radar must be down. Yamato shells coming in for the Nevsky.
Nice.
Oh, what a hit. What a hit.
Wow.
Just as the Nevsky bags Shimakaze, he takes a massive salvo, but it's not enough.
Nope.
With a 2-ship lead, this is NACL's game to lose here. They've retained control of A by the most narrow of margins.
Yep. As soon as that Shimakaze died, Dead by Assault just started rubbing some dirt in those wounds and start healing up.
Yeah. Oh, Yamato's salvo was timed so just a little too late and not quite enough, but man, that could have been huge.
Another Yamato salvo on Wolfie. Big hit there too. Not enough again.
Wolfie is very, very low. Stalingrad shells coming in, trying to seal that deal. 1700 HP.
1701.
Still alive, as the Stalingrad is actually turning into the torpedoes that Wolfie threw out there. Are they fast enough to get there? I don't know. Maybe.
221 now for Wolfie.
Oh my goodness. Stalingrad's got a hole. I think he's still going to take one of these.
It'll be close.
No, he's taking...
yeah,
there it was. I was going to take one of the stern. They're pushing the Montana right through this gap. ASHIP realizing that they've got to make a play.
Yeah, too little too late though, I think.
The Yamato goes down. Seconds ticking away. If they bag Wolfie, they can get a time extension. Wolfie healed, and they have no eyes.
Yep.
I think that's going to be it, Zath.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
NACL is going to claim this match.
6 seconds. And that's it.
And there
that's
was.
game.
Wow. What a game.
Oh my god, yeah.
Well done. Woo! What a game.
Let's just stop and think about what happened here.
Oh, what is that? Why does that not work? I pushed the winner button and I got it says devastating strike one. I'm like, what are you talking about? I just hit set winner. Oh, I had to say I didn't hit set winner. So many buttons to push.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Oh, well, I fixed it now for later. Too funny. Oh, the intricacies of learning the overlay so you don't screw up. Well, guys, it's day one. Welcome to day one, where we make these kinds of mistakes and laugh them off because it's so much fun we just don't care.
That's right. That's right. And you guys are all here to watch us make mistakes and also watch all the players that we're casting make mistakes too. So there you go.
But I mean, that's why you're here, right?
That's why I'm here.
Absolutely. I think sometimes, and I talk about this on my own stream sometimes, right? Like sometimes I think a lot of casters get too caught up in trying to, be perfect or whatever. And man, in my mind, there's nothing wrong with your viewers reminding your viewers from time to time that you're human, right? Like you screw up, bad things happen, Stupid things happen. It's no big deal, right? Everybody does it. Shrug it off, laugh, and get on with life. It's no big deal.
Yep. In other news,
All
I
right.
just received a Twitch drop. I love when that happens.
Too funny. Well, it looks like I had a raid from Jash. So huge shout out to me, Jash.
Oh, nice.
Looks like let me do a me Jash shout out there. Looks like he's not in chat anymore, or my bot is. Oh, it's my stupid bot is not working. Yay. Figures. All right. Well, in the meantime, let's go see if we can find another game, because that's what we want. Now, we had wanted to see GGWP.
Yep.
I believe we wanted to see in round 3.
Yep.
Did they win? They lost? No, they haven't recorded a score yet. Okay. I haven't seen a score recording from them. Let's go have a look. They're in the Grau division. Scroll. Okay, I'm not seeing them report just yet.
Oh, I'm hearing Kraken just won their second game.
Excellent. That's good to know. All right, I'm gonna go mark us down. That what did we just cast? We just cast NACL, and gotta find them. There we go. We did. Here we go. Okay, there we go. All right, and we're looking for GGW there up in the Grau division. So got to wait for that all to finish up, and then we'll get those next pairings in. So let's talk real briefly while we're waiting for the next round to get paired up. Let's talk briefly about the international event.
Sure.
How familiar are you with the international how the international bracket looks this time, Zath? Have you looked at it?
I have not had a chance.
Okay, so historically, the international pairing on King of the Sea is you get 2 different regions, right? Traditionally, these last couple of falls, it's been NA has played EU. The top 3 teams on NA will go play the top 3 teams on EU for what basically amounts to bragging rights, right? There's some prizes for the teams, but it's a fun show match that Wargaming likes to showcase, and it's a great way to drum up interest in the game on Twitch in the tournament, and we have a ton of fun with it.
Yep.
There's been talk for literally years, I'm not making this up, about trying to organize a way to get all 4 regions to play a final bracket.
Oh, no.
Yep, it's finally happening this time, Zach.
Oh, no.
Finally happening. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yes, sir. So the international event now will take place in the 2nd weekend of October. That's the 10th and 11th of October. And will it contain teams from all 4 regions. The top 3 teams from each regional bracket will play. I believe it's not quite a double elimination bracket. I'll at some point I'll get the screen set up and I'll have it up here on the display so we can talk about it. But essentially, what's going to happen is the 3rd place teams get paired up against some of the 2nd place teams, and then the 1st place teams get a bye, right? So basically, the 1st place teams in each region will not play until the 2nd elimination round. It's single elimination. And so anyway, there's a bracket system down to where you'll have literally 2 teams playing for the big international title, which I think is really, really cool. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
The trick is going to be the timing, and this is where it's going to get weird, Zath, right? Because I don't know what the timing of that event looks like, but that's always been the trick, is that when you've got people literally from every time zone in the world all trying to play in the same event, somebody gets hosed.
No.
Somebody's playing in the middle of the night, Zath. That's all I'm going to say.
Pretty much.
All right, looks like there's still 2 games left to report in Grau division. We've got a number of teams that are on the brink of qualifying for day 2 already. Here are your 2-0 teams so far. That's RNG. That's our good buddy Sone MG's clan, RNG, 2-0 today. They've knocked off NAM and TSIOF. 5D2 is 2-0 in the Grau division, as is a clan called Red Horizon that I'm not familiar with. It's interesting. Let's look at some of these other divisions. Leahy division, who is 2-0 over here? ARPDN, who we saw at the top of the stream, they are now 2-0.
Yep.
They defeated Valhalla, V1 Valhalla, to win their 2nd game. And of course, we just saw NACL. They are also 2-0 in that division. And a clan called Walk the Plank. I don't know anything about them, but I just love their name, Walk the Plank.
There's some fantastic clan names.
Yes. What was the one we looked at earlier that we loved so much?
Sandbar Cruise Lines, SCL.
Sandbar Cruise. Yeah, Sandbank or Sandbar Cruise Lines. I just love the name of that clan. I gotta go check those guys out. The Murray division. Lots of heavy hitters in this division. Quebec Navy, RBMK, 5D, SUR, Star Brazil, and KIA, all 2-0 right now.
Wow.
We could potentially see a big clash of. Okay, no, those pairings are up for the next round. I was gonna say you could see Star Brazil have to play Armada del Sur, but that is not occurring. Those teams did not get paired. And then over in the Spruance division, Kraken is 2-0. Our good buddies over in Kraken, along with TNG, PN, PEDS 2, KSD, and a clan called Peach that I'm not familiar with. Minotaur PR. I don't know what that's about. Okay. All right. GGWP lost their game 2 versus Finns, Zaf. So what do you want to do? Do you want to cast one of these 2-0 teams?
We could definitely do that.
Why don't we go look at RNG?
Okay, sure.
I mean, they're 2-0. Let's go check them out. Let's see. Have they been paired yet? They have not. No pairings up for the Grau division.
Okay.
Keep an eye on it.
That's fine. While this is all going on, those of you on my stream, you're hearing a little bit of noises. I'm doing a quick co-op because I have to grind out my containers at some point today, so I might as well do a little bit while we're waiting, right?
You're relentless, Zaf.
Damn right. I gotta get my steel. You know, you get 40 steel a day. Yeah, as long as you do your dailies, right?
Mm-hmm. You're relentless.
I mean, that's how you surprise wargaming employees with your doubloon bank in St. Petersburg. You know, you got to be relentless.
All right, guys. We're gonna try and bring you. Our plan is to bring you RNG versus whoever they get paired up against. I'm still waiting on pairings to be done. It looks like the refs are busy validating everything in the brackets. So you have to give us a couple minutes there. Let's see.
Hey, Raptor.
Yeah, I'm still waiting there.
Raptor, have you played the Munchen yet?
I have. I had a game that went up on my YouTube channel on Friday that showed some Munchen gameplay. And then I had a Kraken in it on stream on Friday night, right as I went off the air. It was my last game of the night.
Aha. Very nice.
I like the ship. I understand why not everybody will. It's still a light cruiser, so it's squishy. And the German 150s are... I like the German 150s on the German light cruisers, but they are... they're a high... This is going to sound like a real jackass thing to say. To me, they're a high skill level weapon. Because you have to understand... Well, you have to understand what you can pin and what you can't pin with both shell types, right? It's not as simple as just spamming HE all day. I mean, it can be, but that's suboptimal. There are times when you want to be spamming the AP and going for the full pins out of the AP, or trying to Citadel light cruisers, and not just throwing HE mindlessly.
Right. Well, I mean, but she's a pretty comfortable ship to play, right? Good rate of fire.
I think so. The rate of fire is very good. The handling is quite good. I enjoy playing the ship. But again, you're also talking to a German cruiser fanboy, so
yeah,
like I'm probably even on a bad day, I'm probably not going to say bad things about that ship.
Absolutely. You know, and that was one of the first things that came to mind when they released her was, oh boy, Raptor's licking his lips.
Yes, I was so excited when they announced that ship. I was so excited. And then it was, of course, that was about the time they were like, oh yeah, you can look at the ship, you can look but don't touch.
Right.
Okay, great. But then it was just like, so then I couldn't, for me, I'm not a tester, right? I am not a super tester, so I will not play those ships that that I cannot show on stream or freely talk about, because to me, it's disingenuous, right? Because people will come in the stream and they'll ask and they'll be like, oh yeah, I've played the ship, but I can't say anything. I hate that, right? I don't want to do that. When someone asks my opinion, I want to be able to give it. So it's easier for me to just say, guys, I haven't actually played the ship. I can't tell you, right? I won't play the ship. Even though it's sitting in my port, I will not play it. I'm not a super tester. I'm a community contributor. still waiting on them to get this bracket updated. Come on, kids, pair this next round for me, would you? You're killing me, Alice. I'm gonna go ping the RNG guys anyway while we're waiting.
There you go. Yeah, because if we want to catch them, then you might as well, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let them know.
What's the next map gonna be?
Give me a moment and I will let you know.
Okie dokie.
I want to get this ping out. All right, I just pinged those guys, so we'll let them tag us back hopefully. What was your question again? I apologize.
Map. What's our next map gonna be?
Yes, that is a good question. What is our next map? Our next map is Crash Zone Alpha.
Sweet. Just making sure all that stuff is ready to go.
Yep, I hear you. Okay, they had one battle that got off a little late in this division. That's why they're running a little behind. That's okay. We'll survive it.
Well, there's always delays in King of the Sea, especially on the first day.
Always
when
are.
you're trying to put all that together.
Yep. Away it goes. All right, I think it's about time I'm close this up. Let's close this game.
Big shout out publicly to my awesome moderator Puddin597 for taking care of all the giveaways.
He's doing all your giveaways, right?
Hey,
I
you
gotta
got
get
it.
on that, man.
Got
I've
it.
totally got to get on that.
It allows me to just
I had a,
derp around in co-op right now.
I've had a request to do a 5v2 game actually.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, where are they? What division are they? Oh, they're in this division. Well, Scuggs might get his wish, right? If RG gets paired with 5v2, he's gonna get both.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the bot. All right, let's close this up.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, I am literally showing my stream how you can min-max co-op with potential damage farming. And your cruiser's just sailing around and randomly shooting the seas.
Sorry, handing out some free stuff. Go.
Always fun handing out free stuff, you know?
It is. You know what's really awesome, Zach? I'm handing out Wargaming's free stuff. It's not even my free stuff, right?
That's right.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. They just handed me a pile of stuff and said, "Why don't you get rid of this?" Absolutely, I will happily take care of that for you.
Damn right. Go spend their money.
That's right. Absolutely, make it go away. Just so you guys know what you're getting, each one of these codes is worth 5 resource crates. So, I mean, it's a small thing, but hey, it's free. Free stuff is free stuff. Don't complain. Just smile and say thank you. Smile, nod, and say awesome.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's.
And just like that, guys, our co-op battle is done. Our second co-op battle of the break.
All right. Let's run another one of these giveaways.
People are asking if I've got 2 instances of the game running at the same time. That's how quick I am, I guess.
That could be misconstrued in so many bad ways. So many bad ways.
Oh goodness. That would probably break TOS if I had 2 instances of the game running at once.
Oh, I think actually I don't know if it would or not.
Legally, I don't think there's technically any way to make that happen unless I was connecting on a different account for streaming, which I guess I could do if I had a second account.
That I don't know if you can do that. I haven't looked.
Because technically, I could pull up in my burner account and
All
just
right.
show up.
Pairings are up for this next round. Zaf, it looks as if the opponent for RNG is going to be SOL. Ships out of luck.
RNG versus SOL coming right up.
You got it. Speaking of awesome clan names, I can't resist that.
RNG with a dash or just regular?
No, just the regular.
Got it. Quick reminder to everybody, while I'm in the port, I'm going to do this myself. Don't forget to go to the armory and collect your free gift of the day.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
Don't forget.
I guess I already did it.
Did you now? Okay.
That's how scared I am of forgetting that, is I have to keep doing it. I keep checking habitually now.
Okay, the room is up. Look under Dark Steel, and you should find the room.
Dark Steel will do.
Telefono.
Huh?
Oh, this training interface is so painful. So slow when this many people are using it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Zath, did you see who Kraken's playing this round?
No, who are they playing?
TNG.
Oh, nice.
Oh my, what a game.
Oh
what a game.
my.
Oh my. All right. All right, next game coming up momentarily.
You know what? I think it might be time for the dirty water.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It's time.
Is it dirty water time,
it's
Zath?
Time. It's time. I'm going.
Dirty water time? All right, you do it, man. I'm going to be here when you get back. Ah. So as we head to Crash Zone Alpha, this will be a little curious. I'm curious to see. We haven't seen a lot yet of the new Russian cruisers. Both teams bringing a Nevsky last game, and you saw NACL getting some good work out of their Nevsky, big time, right? We haven't seen Petropavlovsk today. Stalingrad still very popular. Petro not quite displacing it just yet. So both of these teams, as we head into this game, are 2-0. Whoever wins this match is, I won't say guaranteed, but is basically almost all but guaranteed a spot in day 2, which is, of course, why everybody's here. 3 wins is the threshold that all of these teams want to hit in order to move on and advance to day 2. So of these 2 teams, one of them is, whoever wins is going to very, very likely, it's probably like a 99.9% chance will move on. And one of them will continue to play and hope for that 3rd win in the next couple of games.
So even if they win 3 games, they're not guaranteed, huh?
Well, so here's where it gets weird, Zap. If you win 4 games, absolutely, there's no way. It can't happen. Mathematically, it's not possible. Okay. If you win 3 games, there are a very, very, very small number of corner cases where you might not make it.
Right.
But I don't believe. Let's put it this way: it's so hilariously unlikely. I almost don't even like mentioning it. But as soon as I say if you win 3 games, you're guaranteed to advance, and it doesn't happen to somebody, they'll come back and with pitchforks, right? So I kind of have to clarify to basically say, technically there is a way that you can win 3 games and not advance, but it's very, 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 very rare.
Right. Right.
Once you cross that 3 win threshold, you're almost virtually guaranteed to advance. All right, both teams are ready. It looks like we're waiting on are we waiting on a ref to come check? I assume we are. Who's our ref?
While we're waiting, one thing we haven't really talked about so far is that expert marksman bug, which has impacted the ability of battleships and cruisers to rotate their turrets. They rotate a lot quicker now than they used to, which means ships like Shikishima and Yamato that have historically really slow turning turrets suddenly become more viable.
Very possibly. And the thing, of course, it is a bug, yes, but it's a bug that everybody is operating under at the same time. Correct. So technically, it's still a level playing field.
It's a feature.
I'm actually going to be curious to see if they try and fix it mid-event, Zath. I mean, is that something that you think they're going to like hot fix and patch it out, or just let it ride until 9.9, which is after 9.9 doesn't drop until the tournament is completely over?
See, that's the interesting thing, right? I was expecting Wargaming to hot fix this patch, whatever, within a day or 2, and the fact that they haven't yet
it's a little shocking, isn't it? I was surprised, very surprised.
So there's 2 things to think about. I think this comes back to what we learned when we went down to Wargaming headquarters. God, was that 2 summers ago now? Or was that last summer?
You're talking about St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
That was last summer. It was
Last summer.
June of 2019.
Yeah.
Last summer.
This year feels like 5. But anyway, you know, when we went down to St. Pete and we talked with all the, you know, the developers about the process of building the game and that sort of thing. Oh boy, I got a new personal mission via Twitch drops. Anyway.
Outstanding.
Yeah, but
All right,
like,
Seth, we're about ready to drop. Keep talking. Just let you know we're about ready to drop.
cool. So 2 things to keep in mind. One is it costs a lot of money for them to do a hotfix, and then 2 is they have to really take the time to build everything out and make it perfect again. And it's very possible that there's a whole lot of code that needs to get fixed just for that one little thing to switch from one to the next.
Yep. All right, let's go. Here we go.
Here we go.
The narrows of the English Channel have borne witness to some of the most famous naval battles in history. Now the storied cliffs of Dover provide the inspiration and backdrop for a naval clash of epic proportions. This is Crash Zone Alpha. Crash Zone Alpha is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination style map with 3 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C is in the top right. In the center and southwest, both A and B caps provide a little cover for radar cruisers looking to support friendly destroyers as they vie for control of each cap. The islands that hug the borders of these 2 capture zones are tall enough to block most shells and close enough that their radar envelopes will cover their respective capture areas. To the northeast, Capture Area C is a much riskier play for cruisers. The islands here are smaller and further back from the capture zone, providing better access for destroyers. Battleships seeking better firing angles on enemies further south are likely to find what they're looking for, but pushing too far, too quickly, can be a very risky play. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Crash Zone Alpha.
Crash Zone Alpha, Zath, take us through the RNG lineup.
Sayoshi no shi. I don't know. It's all freaking Russian. Oh my goodness. Baby. Double Kremlin, double Petro, and I need to count real quick. 5 Stalingrads.
That's right. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 Stalingrads.
Feels like they all have to work together in this one.
I think so. Well, opposing them on the other side for SOL, who very well may be SOL in this game, we'll just have to see. Coming to the dance with Yamato, Kremlin, Des Moines, Moskva, Nevsky, Petropavlovsk, and a Stalingrad of their own, backed up by a couple of gearings. Now, it's interesting, you know, we've seen here, you and I have cast matches kind of not horribly unlike this before, right? SOL taking a very traditional team composition built on, let's take a couple of caps and hold and so on and so forth, whereas RNG, of course, has gone for the Iron Curtain strategy.
I'll tell you what, though, if I was doing a replay right now, I'd be hitting the pause button already. Because something important to note is that they are not doing a typical Iron Wall Curtain strategy with their Stalingrads.
Correct. They're not. Absolutely not. They've gone a complete split. They've abandoned them. It's interesting that they've abandoned the middle of the map, and that's the one place that SOL does not have any ships that could potentially sneak in there and cap B and just get that done. But they've gone for a 5-4 split, sending 5 ships up north, Stalin, Petro, Stalin, Kremlin. I'm sorry, 4 ships up north and 5 to the south. I love Boy's name, right? Boy IKR, Boy I know, right? But Boy's Petro playing the one line here, while the majority of the fleet, double Stalin, Kremlin, triple Stalin and Kremlin, all working in right in here up against this island north of A. Already picking up Orange Flames gearing on the bottom end of the cap as they've got some torpedoes coming in, but probably won't get anything out of those.
I mean, you know, 1 or 2 hits maybe, but yeah.
Noob's gearing is trying to bag C, and I'll say this, Zaf, I think it's critical that SOL pick up these caps early and try to try to build some point pressure on RNG.
So
right? That's the way you really have to play against these Iron Curtain kind of strats.
Absolutely, yes. They're going to lose the map. It's just a question of when. So they have to get in as quickly as possible and get that map. Speaking of which, take a look at Cruiser Providence, putting himself in a position to, for one, back into B, which he's doing now, but also control the exit of the group that's going to A. That's
I really love this position, Seth. Yeah, I love this position. Now, the problem he's going to run into is that they're sending the Kremlin out first. Right, and the Kremlin's looking for him.
Yep.
And yeah, there goes half his HP.
Yeah. He messed up. Unfortunately, he pulled forward a second, and then realized crap and started backing up. And now he's getting sandwiched from the other side as well. Yeah,
that's the other problem he's going to run into is that some of the ships to the north will have shots on him in that position as well. I love the play. I'm just not 100% convinced they're going to be able to make it work. Let's see. They're really triple teaming this Kremlin, right? He's going to take at least one torpedo amidships.
There's one.
But Providence is already, 2 salvos in, is already down to about 12,000 HP. His heel is down. Stalin shells continuing to fall in. That's whatever. There he goes. That's the Stalingrad way up on the B line, reaching out and ending his life, unfortunately, for SOL.
Yep. Tommy Boy took a torpedo, but again, with the Stalingrads, they rotate themselves out if they need to. They've got large health pools to start with. It'll be fine.
Yeah, totally fine. It's a shame that play didn't work, Zaf, because I really liked where SOL's head was at in the sense of, I'm going to push one of my, push this Des Moines up here, and if one of these Stalingrads crosses in front of me, I'm just going to end its life. Mm-hmm. RNG either sensed it, knew it, expected it, whatever, and pushed the Kremlin around the corner first and basically denied the counterplay, which is just good strategy.
Absolutely. It speaks a lot to the level of experience that RNG puts on the table here. Most teams might have said, well, we're just going to go, and they don't coordinate that exit properly.
Yep, indeed. SOL's forces at sea also under a tremendous amount of pressure, balanced by Atlanta's Moskva, already down about 2/3 of his HP. Yep. Getting shelled by a Petro, a Kremlin, and at least one of the Stalins.
Noob DD, I think, just got himself radared. Nope, he's just outside.
Hilarious Man's Petro basically caught out down here on the eye line. He will also die. It's only a matter of time until he loses his duel with Boy I Know's Petro is down there as well.
Mm-hmm. But Hilarious is getting, double teamed at least, so.
Well, sure. The Kremlin shells can come in from astern and also push him. They just SOL. I think they were just maybe a little too aggressive too quickly with pushing the Petro up into that position. Right. That's kind of the thing. Like when you see one of these big Stalingrad walls, right? You have 600,000 hit points to chew through. You know that team is going to do two things. One, they're not going to be in a hurry.
Yep.
And two, once they're on top of whatever cap that they choose to go sit on top of, dislodging them is going to be an extreme challenge. And I feel like that maybe SOL strategically wasn't quite ready to just they should have rushed a couple of caps early and forced RNG to make some more difficult decisions. This game's not over, but it doesn't look good. SOL's down 200,000 hit points already.
And 2 ships.
And 2 ships. Well, 1 ship.
2
1
ships.
Ship. Now 2 ships. Now 2 ships. It's gonna. They have an extreme challenge ahead of them to try and get with this. Here's something else that's working against them right now. The map. On a bigger map, on a 48 by 48 map, when you're dealing with one of these Stalin walls, you potentially have more time to adapt. It takes the Stalingrads more time to get somewhere. You have more range to play with, more time for your destroyers to do work. On one of these 42 by 42 kilometer maps, these guys are in your face in literally in seconds, and that's what we're seeing here.
Exactly. Now we've got, if you look at A, now that's obviously the push side, and they're getting a position where they aren't actually pushing. Notice how they're all stopped right there. What they're doing.
Well, there's no need.
Exactly. They're controlling the cap. They're saying this is where we're gonna sit. If you want to win, you're gonna have to come through us or come through C. And good luck. And they're basically just herding SOL into the corner.
Yeah, they really are.
It's that old 300 play. They look thirsty.
You got it. And I think I have a hard time envisioning a scenario where SOL can work their way out of this kind of trap. We've seen teams, right? You and I have cast games in this tournament where we've seen teams defeat the Iron Curtain, right? But in each and every one of those games, it is a slog. It is a long, drawn out battle where the team that eventually, the team that's playing from that health disadvantage cannot make mistakes, cannot give up too much health too soon. And SOL, I think, has just unfortunately made some mistakes here early. In fairness, those mistakes somewhat forced by good play on RNG's part.
Take a look at the map. Now they've controlled. Look at how the Stalingrads are starting to spread out at C.
Yep.
They're slowly starting to push forward, and that's it. They haven't even bothered with B. They don't need B.
No, they don't need B at this point. They have a 3-ship lead. Four-ship lead.
Yeah, about to become 5.
Yeah. Yeah, this is on this strategy on this kind of a map. I find is this is just brutal, Zap. Like the enemy team, if they don't know, like when they zone in and they see what your lineup is, they're going to look across the board and see 5 Stalingrads and go, okay, there's at least an expectation of how this game is probably going to go, or at least what the enemy strategy is going to attempt to be.
Mm-hmm.
You have to know as a team what your counter plan is and start calling it from the get-go, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have that, you're going to struggle to adapt this quickly. Half the match over, 10 minutes gone, 5-ship lead here for RNG. It's basically all over but the crying. I cannot envision a world where SOL even manages to bag a cap.
I mean, and no disrespect to SOL. I've already gone into my stream helper and marked the winner.
Yeah,
and
no, I mean, this is
just
my point here is not to disrespect the losing team. That's not the point here at all.
Never.
My point is that this is a very difficult strategy to play against. Okay, we've seen teams beat it, but it is not easy, and it is something that not every team. It's also not an easy strategy to execute. Right? I think there's probably a misconception that you can just throw Stalingrads at a game and win a game. It's not that simple, kids. It's not. Right?
If it looks simple, that's because they've practiced it so much.
It's exactly right. Teams that pull it off well make it look easy, but it isn't. It's coordinating 9 players. I don't care what they're driving. Coordinating 9 players is never easy. Goodness gracious, Zaf. That was not the game I was expecting.
Well, and it's obviously not the game that SOL was expecting either. And again, like you were talking about, when you see the enemy, we don't know what the enemy's going to bring until the battle has begun. And you can't change your lineup anymore, and you can't really change your tactics unless you've planned for it. I don't think SOL planned for this necessarily and weren't quite sure how to deal with it. They probably said, okay, well, let's try to, block them where we see them. Unfortunately, they just didn't have the experience to be able to know what to do and where. One of the hardest things, and you guys don't ever see this, but one of the most difficult things that teams have to go through when they do King of the Sea is the practice. It's all the scrims and the preparation. Tons of looking at maps, drawing on the maps. What if we go here? What about this ship? What about that ship? Commander builds. I mean, all of that stuff is on the table. Do you go for range? Do you go for reload, etc., etc.? Okay, so you got all these variables you're trying to lock down. And then you need to try to figure out, how can we actually play the map? How can we play this enemy team? But if you have no idea what the enemy's going to bring, all you can do is just say, well, this is what we want to do, right? So you come in with a plan. This is what our plan is going to do. You see the wall of Stalingrad, that plan goes out the window immediately. You need a plan B, a C, or a D, or someplace, whatever. And you have to implement that. But if you're a team that doesn't have a lot of experience or didn't have a chance to do a lot of practice, 9 versus 9 with the Stalingrad wall, it's extremely difficult to counter that.
It is. It absolutely is. I mean, and there's a reason. Again, there's a reason the strategy is used, but the reason it's not the default strategy for everyone is because it's not flawless, right? I've talked about it before. We've seen teams do this and get beat. but it is never an easy. It's never an easy fight, and it requires it requires some prep, right, and some planning of how am I going to deal with this, right? As an example. So yeah, I mean, kudos to RNG for executing that well, because they did. And kudos to SOL for hanging in and playing a tough game, right? They tried. I think there's they now, having seen that, that'll absolutely be something that they prep for as they get ready for potentially going on to day 2. RNG now 3-0. They will very like almost all but guaranteed to move on to day 2. SOL now 2-1, still looking for that 3rd win. They got 2 more chances. Maybe we'll see them in day 2 as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not over yet, and I think you bring up a really good point. They could have just said, well, we're screwed, and just all gone in YOLO'd and ended the battle.
They could have, but they didn't. I mean, and most of the teams, I'd like to think, in an event like this would not do that, right? I just don't see that as a thing.
Right.
All right, let's start looking around for our next game, Zaf. I've got a couple of ideas here.
Okay.
Let me go down here. What is this division? Okay, I gotta pull up the right division here. Our boys in Kraken lost their 3rd game, Zaf. They lost to TNG, so they are now 2-1.
Okay.
Still looking for their 3rd win as well.
All right. I mean, two more tries. I mean, you know the Kraken special.
It can happen.
Do you know the Kraken special?
I do not. What is the Kraken special?
The Kraken special is that we go into promotions to get into Typhoon.
Okay.
And you know, you have to. It's a best of 5. You have to win 3 to promote. And we almost always go into full count. So we win 2, and then we lose like 2 in a row, and then it's all down to that last battle. That's the Kraken special.
So in other words, you're expecting the guys now to lose game 3 and 4 and wait till game 5 to figure out if they're going to move on or not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you know, like that's just clan battle experience speaking.
I found us a good one, Zach. I found us a good one.
Okay.
Let me see if I can pick it up. Hang on. Let me see if I can pick it up. Who is this?
While you're doing that, I'm taking the poor old Albemarle into co-op.
Poor old Albemarle and co-op. That feels bad. That feels bad, Zaf.
I mean, I need to get potential damage somehow.
Looking. Don't see it.
What are you thinking for us?
So here's what I'm thinking. Armada del Sur lost their game 3 to the Quebec Navy. Okay, so they are now 2-1, and so is 5D, Zaf, and they are paired up over in the Murray division.
Oh, let's do it.
And I think that would be a great game for us to cover. Both 2-1 teams trying to make that day 2. Looking over the rest of the event, guys, KIA right now in the Murray division, KIA, Star Brasil, and Quebec Navy are all 3-0, so they ought to be advancing to day 4. Looking at Spruance, you're looking at PN, TNG, and PEDS 2 have all gone 3-0 thus far. They should be all similarly advancing to day 2.
Excellent.
In Grau Division, we just saw RNG. They are presently the only team with a confirmed 3-0 record. Some games still outstanding there.
Ooh.
And as we take a check in Leahy Division, I actually don't see any games in round 3 reported for Leahy Division at all. No results yet. Actually, there are some, but none of the teams that we were looking into. Room is open. Who is the host? Okay, let's find out.
Room is open, you said? Okay.
Well, yeah, but I got to find out who's the host.
That's fine.
Not Nanachi.
That's fine. I'm just gonna go ram this Bayern then.
Okay. Do a search for Nanashi. N-A-N.
N-A-N.
Just type N-A-N and it should come up.
Nani? Oh, you don't get that reference. You're not a weeb. Sorry.
I am not a weeb. Sorry, I can't help you. We are moving to... What map is this? Shatter? What is this?
Oh god, that map.
Loop. Nope, Loop. Moving to Loop.
Oh god, that map.
I knew it was going to be whatever map I spat out. You were going to badmouth. I knew that going in. All right, guys, we're going to be bringing you Sur, Armada del Sur versus 5D here momentarily. Let's fly like so. And there we go. Excellent. Excellent. That'll be our next game.
What was the loop?
Loop. We're headed to Loop. New Loop. This version of Loop has never been played in King of the Sea before.
Oh,
this will
Loopy
be
Loop.
a first time. First time for things.
First time for everything.
All right. All right, time to give up. Time to get rid of these codes. Let's do this real fast.
Yep.
All right, now the fun begins. I gotta go and everything out. Luckily, we've got time. Keep it on, chat. Let me know if they get close to being ready.
All
They
right.
should need a few minutes. They'll have to get their lineups done. They'll have to get a ref in here and all the rest of that stuff. Like, I should have time to get this done.
Sewer says that they are ready.
Okay, but we're waiting on a ref, aren't we?
I think so.
Okay, hold on.
I need an adult. I need an adult.
I know, right?
By the way, for those on my stream wondering what the dirty water is, it is Wild Turkey 101.
Better you than me, man. I cannot drink wild turkey. I cannot do it.
It's interesting. So I typically drink Makers on my streams. A couple people suggested I try out Wild Turkey, so I said sure, why not? Wife likes it because it's a little bit less expensive, but
Oh wait.
but no. It is what it is. I've asked her to move on to go back to Makers. There's a certain thing about that taste. 5D is ready as well.
Okay, good.
Hold on.
Do we have a ref?
Oh, they just dropped.
Oh, what?
They just
What?
yeah.
All right, I guess we're going.
I'm sorry, man. I was just typing in please hold and then
Okay, off we go then.
roll tape.
Along the Portuguese coast lies a crossing of sea lanes critical to the survival of opposing fleets. Surrounded by towers of crimson sedimentary rock in the expanse of the blue Atlantic, these two fleets will soon engage in trial by combat, where only one team can claim victory. This is Loop. Loop is a unique map in that every single capture area has an island smack in the middle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Loop as we bring you Game 4 of Day 1 Swiss here on NA. Zaf, talk to me about the sewer lineup.
Well, I asked to cover Sewer's lineup for one reason and one reason only. Can you guess it?
I'm going to go with the Kleber.
Yes, we have a Kleber over here. So very exciting to see.
On.
On intensifies. We got a Summers, a Daring, Stalingrad, and Des Moines heading way deep into sea. Looks like backed up by Chapu in Ohio. In the Kremlin. And we've got Talmitas and the Moskva as well. That's the team going for C cap. Summers is kind of being a bit of a risky going into B by himself, but we'll see. We got a Thunderer and a Des Moines and Daring heading off to A.
5D opting for double Ohio, double Des Moines, plus Salem, Nevsky, and Stalingrad, rounding things out with a Daring and a Shimakaze. I'm excited to see double Ohio, Zaf. I'm not even sure Ohio was legal last event because it was too new in the Research Bureau, but I believe this time this will be the first event that Ohio has been allowed. I believe. I could be wrong.
I just realized that means that next King of the Sea. Does that mean Slava is a possibility?
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Oof.
I mean, why would you do that? I don't know. Sewer's going to get some good work out of this Kleber very quickly because he's on to sea. He's going to cap it and he's going to leave before anybody's even gotten close to radar range.
Yep.
So just like that, Sewer bags 2 quick caps here. 2.5 minutes gone and already taking up a lead.
Fortune favors the bold.
Well, Kleber is a bold choice. There's not not wrong about that. Now 5D has opted for a more even split. They've gone Shima, Salem, Ohio, and Des Moines over to C. Ohio, Des Moines, Stalingrad, and Nevsky over to A. As the Daring, that's Squarius's Daring is going to kind of work the bottom end of B here, it looks like. He's about to reverse in and kind of undo what Archangel Summers did on the top end of the cap.
Yep. Ohio's about to take some torpedoes from Archangel Summers. 1 or 2? 2, I think.
So he is. Looks like he's going to take at least 2.
2.
Yep. 2 midships right on the belt.
Yep. Interesting decision for 5D to bring a Salem, by the way. He's in a position where he can jump into C to support the Shimakaze if he needs to, but he's got that T-Rex radar. It's not going to work.
Well, we've seen Salem used in King of the Sea before, but most commonly when we see it, it's utilized on like Land of Fire, way over on like the 9-10 line. You see Salem's over there sometimes, that kind of thing, right?
Yep. Imrafren over at A is being radared now from Surviving Scout, and he's going to have to back up. He's got a whole kilometer of distance, though, before he's safe from the Des Moines radar. Meanwhile, Nevsky, Des Moines, Ohio, everybody wants a turn.
Everybody wants a piece of that Daring booty. Everybody trying for some.
Stalingrad coming in.
The other thing is that Stalingrad, I really like 5D's Nevsky and Stalingrad on this flank. I just feel like right now they're too far back. I think when they start to push up in a minute, they're going to be a lot more useful. Right now, that Thunder, he's not that scary.
If you look at their positioning on the board, it feels like their push side is C, and they're planning on kiting away at A. They've got the Des Moines Surviving Scout to just kind of sit there and be a pain in the butt, but you've got the Stalingrad, Nevsky, and kiting away positioning.
But look at what Sewer's doing. It's pretty obvious that's kind of where their head is at as well. Like their push side also seems to be C. You're correct in that the Nevsky and the Stalingrad over on the 1 line for 5D have set up to kite. You're absolutely right. But I hate that play, Zaf. Look at what they're up against. It's only a Daring, a Des Moines, and a Thunder. They've got an Ohio, a Des Moines, a Stalingrad, and Nevsky. They can win that fight, right?
But
they can win that fight.
Again, fog of war. They don't necessarily know that. They know that there's a Daring at A, but they don't know what else there is over there. Meanwhile...
That's true. They haven't spotted anything. I'm just looking at the map now.
Of course.
So you're right. They don't know what else is there.
Meanwhile, let's be real. Sewer capped B and C immediately. So isn't it logical to assume that the bulk of their team is BC oriented?
True.
So I don't know. It's like we see things and we assume that we know like what the teams know, but of course that's not the case.
Yeah, especially as we're starting to watch this push. I would say the push along the 9-10 line kind of unfold. But I mean, is it really? Oh my God! Poor Titan Shimakaze's just getting wrecked.
Yeah.
He must have moved up, not knowing that Des Moines was there, and then got caught out, and then definitely ate some radar.
Yep. This is what I love about this day.
Daring Summers slap fight action across the B cap. Both of those ships just kind of throwing shells at each other. As it looks as if Surviving Scouts Des Moines has now realized, screw you, I'm going in, and he's going to move up to the south side of this island today.
Well, I mean,
they have
Scout
double radars catching Imrafren's Daring.
Yep. I think Scout has realized, and I think their team has realized, look at the Stalingrad and Nevsky, they're turning. I think they've realized that Sewer has indeed made this the weak side. So I think it makes perfect sense for them to start pushing now.
I agree. Well, and you see Velociraptor turning. He's headed back that direction. I think the idea of maybe putting him a little more towards the center of the map is a really strong one.
Yep.
as long as you trust that these guys over at the CCAP are going to be able to hold back this push. And
you also have to watch out though, because Leo's in the Ohio is heading right towards Velociraptor in the Ohio.
yeah,
So
I'm
both
noticing that as well.
Yeah, that's a problem. Whereas if you look at Sewer,
Yeah.
they're completely spread out. The battleships are completely spread out for crossfire possibilities.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of both these Ohios playing mid. I like the idea of one of them coming back to mid. I don't like the idea of both of them playing mid.
Yep. In my opinion, Maxwell needs to be over on the 8 or 9 line.
Well, Darkos Kleber is continuing to lead this charge down the 10 line right in the face of Wraithguard's Des Moines. The Kleber opening fire now. Wraithguard ramming the island, trying to maneuver, but he's going to eat a face full of Kleber damage along the way. Now, what's interesting, the Salem can absorb the Kleber fire a lot easier than the Des Moines has. So this is really good target selection on the part of Sewer, right?
Yep.
Throwing the HE all day at the Salem, he'll just hit his fancy heel and shrug it off.
Well,
but the Des Moines going to struggle with it more.
Not just that, but it's also with ensuring that nobody can hit. And I talk about this on my replay analysis often. Is Darko here has prevented the Salem. Now he's starting to come up, but up until now he's prevented the Salem from having a shot. Exactly.
Yeah, the Salem had no line. Yeah.
So he's forcing a 1v1 situation, which is brilliant. He used that island, he backed in behind it, and you know, he's gonna win that fight against Wraithguard.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely only a matter of time until the Kleber wins that exchange. In fact, you see Wraithguard now completely giving up firing, and even the Kleber, he's throwing AP at the Moskva and not really getting anything out of that either.
Right. By the way, thank you, Skyring, for pointing out Ohio was in the last tournament, Raptor. You recall we were talking earlier about Star Brazil having that issue.
Yeah, you're right. I'm an idiot. I couldn't remember.
We can't remember everything, guys.
That's true.
That's why we have all of you fine people watching to correct us.
That's true. Well, 5D losing a ship early now. First blood going to Armada del Sur here on loop. As the Armada del Sur push down the 9-10 line, taking full shape here, claiming Wraithguard's Des Moines as they hinge and just now pick up the CCAP.
Salem is in a very dangerous position. Chapu is coming up with the Kremlin now. I mean, come on.
Well, it's not just the Kremlin. I mean, as soon as they push the Salem out from either side of this island, Nanashi's Stalingrad off to the north will have free shots. Literally, just free shots.
Now, you're right that Salem does have that super heal that allows him to just show up in random places and, you know, and survive like the T-Rex on Jurassic Park. But the thing is, like, it's not gonna give them that sustainability on the battlefield that they really need.
Well, Salem ordinarily is sustainable in a 1v1.
Right.
This is not a 1v1, Zaf.
Exactly.
This is like a 3v1, right? You know, with the punching power of the Kremlin in his face, Salem cannot hold this. I mean, what needs to happen is these Shimakaze torpedoes that are coming up here for the Kremlin need to do some work, and the Kremlin is going to take at least one of these, if not two.
Yep,
looks like he's going to take two of these.
To park himself right there.
Yeah, he's managed to park himself to where he's going to take two. He's going to feel that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
But
now the daring. And triple fires. Chapu's going to be out, Zaf. He's going out right here.
Yep. I was just going to say, I was checking. He is wearing protection, so that's good, but not enough.
5D's daring did win the gunfight at the middle of the map, and now he's in another gunfight with the last surviving Sur destroyer.
Here it comes.
Or no, it's not. But sorry, it's not surviving. Kleber's still alive, but one of the other daring is right here. Amher's daring right in his face.
Let's be honest. Kleber is not a destroyer.
Yeah, Kleber's a little tiny light cruiser. I think Square X is going to win this fight too.
Nope.
No. Thunderer says no from downtown.
Wow.
Oh, that would be huge. Amher was going to lose that fight. Amher was absolutely going to lose that fight.
Brilliant play. That's
a big kill for Sewer. Man, they needed that. If they had lost that destroyer fight, they could have been in real trouble.
Yep. And now it's Ohio and Shimakaze over there for 5D. Shimakaze's trying to smoke up the Ohio. Yeah, both Ohio. Good point.
Yeah, Velociraptor's here in a bow-on duel with Nanashi. And acts like he's trying to get out of it. Looks like he's trying to turn and get out of this duel. He's going to show Nanashi a brilliant shot. Nanashi's going to get one free salvo at this Ohio's juicy bits here. Let's see if he takes it. He's got to take this shot. He's about to lose it. It's gone now.
Yep.
He's got island cover. It's too late.
That's frustrating. I've been there. We've
Yeah.
all been there, haven't we?
Yep. Didn't have his guns ready. Whether they were reloaded, I don't know. But Sewer working on a lead here. They have a ship lead. And they have, they don't have a points lead, but they have a ship lead.
Yep.
They're going to start picking up the points lead momentarily here as AMR picks up B.
Pardote here at Des Moines is in a face fight with the Nevsky dad. And I don't know. This is kind of like one of those fights I think that both players lose, but we'll have to see what happens.
It's not really. It's a horrible engagement for either. Honestly, over the long haul, the Des Moines will win that fight just because he has bigger guns with better pen, right?
True, but he's using AP right now.
Well, then he's wasting his time at that
Question
angle.
mark. Question mark, right?
Yeah, very, very big question mark. Surviving Scouts Des Moines taking about half his HP and a salvo from Aguero's Thunderers. He tries to get across the middle of the map here to get radar out looking for AMR's daring. They know AMR is low, but they can't spot him. They can't do anything with it.
He's got a heal.
Yeah, but he hasn't used it. He took all of that damage almost 2 or 3 minutes ago, and he hasn't used his heal. He does get some of his single-fire torps into Velociraptor's Ohio. Definitely a nail-biter of a game here. Zath Sewer is still up a ship, but down on points. They don't really have solid control of everything yet. And the fact that 5D still has 2 battleships on the board gives them honestly a little more punching power.
Mm-hmm.
It only takes 1 or 2 good salvos or a bad mistake on the part of Sewer for things to turn around in a hurry.
Yep. Now Pardote is moving himself out of that fight. He's saying, okay, well, let me put myself in a better position to cover A. But the problem with that is he allows the Nevsky to get around his rear.
If the Nevsky will take it.
Question.
He does have it. He's got his engines on now.
Yep. Pardote, by the way, is fool in Spanish. I just looked that up.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
The gap is closing. Sewer now closing to within 50 points here. We'll have a lead change momentarily. 6 minutes to play here on loop as 5D's trying to take an early cap advantage and parlay it into a win, even though they are down a ship.
Yep.
My stupid Stream Elements bot is dead again. And AMR, the fact that AMR's alive has got to it's got to stick in these guys' craws sideways, right? Like 1200 HP, a destroyer engagement they were absolutely going to win, and then the Thunderer just ended it.
The Thunderer said
so
no.
painful. Thunderer said no.
Well, but the thing is, at this point, they have to think, all right, he's got a heal. He's probably healed up at least once. They have no idea he's still at 1200 HP.
That's true. You know, one of the things that I don't like right now, Zath, is I don't like where 5D's battleship positions are. They're too close together, in my opinion.
We've talked about that before, and in my opinion, if the battleships are going to stick together like this, then the battleships need to push. They need to need to be the tip of the spear. Yep. They have to push the enemy. Doesn't matter where.
There's the lead. Agreed. There's the lead change. Sewer now ticking slowly out to a lead on the strength of their cap advantage.
All right, Titan is smoking Maxwell forward now, and this is good. This might very well be the start of the push, which needs to happen. But Velociraptor needs to be on this too.
Oh, this Nevsky feels like such a waste over here, Zath.
Dad?
He moved up and now he's reversing. Like, why not? He needs to, when he go around the island, force this Des Moines to do something. Force him to make a bad decision. You have torpedoes, get in his face.
I wonder. Nope, he's not detected by the Des Moines. I was just gonna say maybe he's on Hydro, but he's not.
No, they have no idea he's there. Now, admittedly, the Thunderer is around there, and they don't know that. Yep. Right? They don't. Okay, now they do know where the Thunderer is. Now that he fired, they know where he is.
And I mentioned that so much in my replay theater is the ability for battleships to project power. The fact that the Thunderer is there is what's keeping Dad in check. That sounded weird.
We go. Yeah, but it is. It's keeping him from pushing around that island and beating up the Des Moines from astern.
Yep.
Velociraptors Ohio now pushes into B. That stops the points gains there and holds the Sewer lead at about 40, little less than 50 points.
Yeah, but this
Three
is
and a
not
half minutes.
sustainable. 3 minutes? Velociraptor cannot hold off for 3 minutes against a Kleber and everybody else.
It seems unlikely with all of the fire he's going to absorb in there.
But this is by all means, folks. This is not a done deal, though.
No, this is not a done deal for either team. A single kill will flip the lead. Like, even if all they do is, oh no, surviving scout is getting hyper AP'd with the reload booster. Oh my goodness. He's gonna survive, but he's not gonna have much left when he does. He is gonna land one good salvo on the Kleber there. Mosque Michelle's coming into surviving. Scout. Oh my goodness, he's still alive, but it's a narrow thing. 5,700 HP as he retreats south of the beacon.
I'll tell you what, if he can survive, then it's worth it. If he can't,
it is, but
you know.
Here come the Thunderer shells. They don't connect.
Nope.
A few more Kleber shells. They're still not connecting.
Scout's doing a nice
Mosque
job of
Michelle's
maneuvering.
Woo! And so now Velociraptor still in the cap. Now they're going to turn their attention back to him.
Guys, 2 minutes left in the game. 2 minutes, plain and simple. 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's it. Sewer wins in less than 2 minutes if nothing else happens. Holy crap.
I feel like this Ohio push at C has come, but I think it's come too late.
Oh, Darren goes down. Big kill.
That's a huge
Big kill. Big kill right there.
Kill. That flips the lead, but I think they're gonna lose Velociraptor. That'll push it back the other way. He's on a triple fire right now, or at least a double.
Sorta has to kill Velociraptor to win. That's their win condition at this point.
Well,
look at what's going on. Pardote now.
Is he finally? Oh my goodness! What is he doing?
Yeah.
What is this? There's no need for this. That flips the lead back. 90 seconds in the match. 45 seconds on the timer.
What are we watching,
clings to a 60-point lead, but if they lose a ship, this is over.
What are you shooting at, Pardote? He shot at Vegeta. He's shooting at Vegeta.
Well, Leo's has got shells going out now on Darko's Kleber. If these connect, it could be the end of Kleber.
Oh!
And it is. That flips the lead back now.
Oh my god, Pardote, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What exactly is happening over here, Zap? Goodness
That's
gracious.
what I'm saying. Like you're shooting at Vegeta. Oh my god.
And Soar is still gonna. You know what, Zap? I think Soar is still gonna win because they own the B cap. Because because Leo's never got into C.
40 seconds.
He's trying to get into C now.
40 seconds.
Is it gonna happen in time?
He'll get there in time. It's just a question of like, is that enough time for everything else to fall into place? Holy crap.
He's there now.
Nope. Not
there.
yet.
Maybe
now,
there.
Now,
there it is.
Now.
A 6-point lead. 5D has a 6-point lead.
But look, that's it. That's it. They win on 33 seconds. Soar wins in 39 seconds.
The game's over in 10 seconds.
10 seconds? Oh my god.
All they had to do, they drove the Ohio and stopped the C cap, and that's the game.
They didn't do the math right. This falls to math.
That's the game.
1 second. 1 second. 5D wins. Oh my god. Wins. You fool. All you had to do is come around the corner and AP the Nevsky and you would have won, you fool. Oh my god.
What a finish.
What a finish. What a finish.
Goodness.
What a finish.
Wow. I would not have called that 30 seconds earlier. Well played. What a great game. Well played to both teams.
Oh my god.
5D with a very narrow win.
These are the best matches. Guys.
That's not right.
These are the best matches.
There it was.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So, Zath, to me, Zath, the hero of that match for me is Velociraptor, because I didn't even see AMR get spotted. But not only did he saw AMR get spotted, I saw the smoke. AMR realized he got spotted.
Yep.
Popped his smoke, and it didn't matter. The Ohio still had shells and got rid of him, and that was huge. Under no circumstances should AMR have even put his ship in a position where that was even possible, right? And yet, that mistake ultimately cost Sewer this game.
I mean, he was ready. That's the thing. He had his guns ready to go. And you're absolutely right. That definitely cost. That was the game-winning play. Clutch.
That was the game-winning play right there. They got the last 1,200 HP on the daring, and that sealed the deal because that starts the chain of dominoes that allows them to win. That was a fabulous match to watch.
I'll tell you what.
Gracious.
The game was so outstanding that Wargaming's UI has crapped out on me. I'm trying to go into a co-op battle with a tier 8 cruiser, and it simply will not update. The game cannot handle the
This much
epicness
awesome.
that just happened. The game is still processing what went down. Oh my god, I need to restart the game. I can't. It's not even reacting. It's not even responding. Guys.
Too funny.
Guys, this game is just. Wow.
That was a great game.
Task
That was a great
Manager.
game.
Here we go. In task.
All right, so now let's look around. Let's look around and find a game 5. Let's look around here.
Oh my goodness. I'm reloading the game.
Sorry, I've got to breathe, right? I've got to breathe. All right, we're waiting on a lot of results to come in. It looks like not many. Let's see.
You gotta breathe. I gotta drink.
That's like feed me liquor. Feed me liquor.
I mean, the wife did just leave the house. I'm not sure why.
Oh, did she now? Did she now? Well, now it's open season on the liquor cabinet, baby.
You know what? Might be time
Just
for
remember.
refill.
Just remember, you gotta go to work tomorrow, buddy. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Why do you have to be a buzzkill?
I'm just saying, man. Look, I don't want you to get fired. I want you to keep your job. Okay?
No, I do like.
Try to be helpful.
No. I do like my job. You better believe it.
I know you do. Try to be helpful. All right.
I know what I'll do. I'll log into Raid Shadow Legends.
You're a troll. You are a troll, sir.
Oh boy. All right. Look, what do you know? It's working.
All right, let's end this giveaway.
All right, I'm putting jingles on the Cheshire, and we are doing a co-op game.
Listen to you.
Well, I still need wins. So, yeah. All right, for those of you guys watching, let's see. We'll make it 10 on 10. I don't know, whatever. Where's Stevie? Stevie.
All right.
Stevie is sitting on my chair in the kitchen. He is... That's his spot when he wants food?
All right. I'm giving away 5 of these things. I gotta get rid of them. We're getting down to the end of the day, and I still got codes to get rid of.
Yeah, I sent a message to Puddin'. I said, dude, get him out.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just drew 5 names. I'm gonna start handing them out here while we wait on rounds to finish and pairings to be made.
Yep.
All right, so come back over here. No, not that button. That button. There we go. Next.
There's a comment on my stream. One day, my math teacher said one day algebra would save your life. Oh, wow. Oof.
It cracks me up. It cracks me up, Zaf, because like I remember as a kid, you know, you always question how much of the math you're going to use, right?
Mm-hmm.
You always question it. Hang on.
Yep.
Okay. And I, you know, the other day I had this realization. It was like, wow, I used a lot of geometry in my life.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more than I ever expected I would ever use. And yeah, so that's totally a thing. There it goes. Okay. I gave that one out. Now, next. Do.
I love the commentary going on right now. People talking about what Sewer did right and what Sewer did wrong, and what 5D did right and what 5D did wrong.
You know what, Zath? There's a lot of learning moments in that match, isn't there?
Oh God, yes.
I mean, I won't pretend that I'm the best player ever, but there's definitely some moments in that match I'll be like, no, don't do that.
Right. And it comes down to either ship choice, or it comes down to how the ship was played. And to me, it's more the ship, how the ship was played, than ship choice. Meanwhile, I'm taking a Cheshire into co-op. Pray for me, everybody. Pray for me.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm already... It's 3 minutes in, and I'm already using my first heal. Nope, 2 minutes. Sorry.
There we go. All right, last one. There we go. All right, all the codes are out. That's done.
Congrats.
This now. Let's go look for another stinking game.
Yes.
Let's go look for another stinking game. How we doing, kids? How we doing? All right. Looking for a 2-2 team. Armada del Sur now 2-2, but we just saw them. All right, those pairings are up. Let's get out of the Murray division. Let's go look at the Spruance division. See if our boys made it. Ooh, still haven't seen a result from their game 3. So Spruance running a little behind.
They haven't responded yet.
Okay, well, I think they're still playing. Spruance running a little behind. Growl running a little behind. Let's look at Leahy. No results much there either.
Lousy carcass.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's gonna be a few minutes. Gonna be a few minutes while we're waiting to see how that all works out. In the meantime, let's run another giveaway, I suppose. And there it is.
Shh, crap, the wife is home. Run! Run! Run!
Don't let her. Don't say that on stream. Oh. That's terrible.
That's okay. She doesn't want us to stream.
Yeah, but that's incriminating evidence that she can use against you later. You shouldn't say those things.
Okay.
Stop that. Come on. No, that's bad.
Speaking of bad, Charles Martel. Here we go. How are we doing on... do you need me to help you at all, or...?
No, I'm just looking around. So the only, like, the last, the Spruance division games... I'm sorry, the Murray division has... their round 5 pairings are up. Okay? Everybody else, we're still waiting on at least some games or other.
Got it.
So we could grab a game in that division, but I think at this point we've seen quite a bit of that division already. I wanna look around and see something else.
Sure.
So I'm kind of looking around just to see who else may or may not be finishing. We're still waiting. Like there's no reports out of Lee division. Hasn't reported a single game. Grau is reporting only. There's 1 forfeit. So that's very useful. And then Spruance looks like they have reported 1 game. Let's look at who's 2. If Kraken loses this game, we'll see if maybe we can cast their game 5. It'll depend on who they're up against.
Oh, that would be epic. You know that would be epic. And guys, it's not because, you know, like we're Kraken members. I think it's because like they know who we are and they want us to cast their games. Plain and simple.
Yeah, absolutely. Who else is a lot of 2-win teams in here? ARPDN lost their game 3, so they're still sitting on 2 wins for the moment.
Wow. Who did they lose against?
They lost to POI. POOI?
Poi.
Their clan name is World of Poi Ships. Poi? Yeah, a little bit of Poi action.
I hope you know what Poi is.
I know what it is, but I am still not a weep.
Okay.
I know what it is because you hear it so much you simply can't get away from it.
I mean, Zoop's video. Zoop's video about what Poi is hilarious.
summed it up pretty nicely, right? GGWP is still sitting on 2 wins right now. That would be another good one for us to pick up if they don't win their game 4 that they're playing right now. So I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see. Score reporting. Looking, not seeing anything. Okay, here we go. RNG lost their 4th game, Zaf.
Wow.
Oh, different RNG. It was the underscore RNG.
Oh, yeah, that's
my bad.
confusing. They need to fix that.
Yeah. Well, they have different names. It's just that the clan tag is, similar, of course, because the clan tag is similar. Okay, there's another result. I'm still looking for results. All right, let's see. And what is our last map? By the way, our last map is Shatter. This map is Shatter. So if you want to start making those tweaks in your setup, you can do that. But the next map will be Shatter.
Okay, will do.
Well, this has been a ton of fun. I've even had a couple people raid. I had a raid from Carbine Carlito and from me, Josh. Those guys have all stuck around. It's been a good day.
Nice. Congratulations, man.
Thank you. It's been a good day. I'm looking forward to next weekend, Zach. The group arrangements are going to be really interesting. Once you see where all the seeded teams land versus who comes out of this bracket. It's gonna be good times. It's gonna be good times.
Absolutely.
Something else that's different, if you're a veteran of the tournament and you're not familiar necessarily with the changes that have been made to the format this time, we'll talk about real briefly. Day 4, which is the top 16 and the top 8, those are all of those matches are now best of 5s. Every single one of them.
Wait. Say that again?
So ordinarily, Zap, when we got to the top 16, you were still doing best of 3, right? And the top 8 was still a best of 3. And when you got to the semifinals, the top 4, then it became best of 5.
Okay.
This time, starting at the top 16, those will now be best of 5 matches.
Wow.
So the top 16, from the top 16 all the way to the finals, every single one of those matches is now best of 5. It means that day 4 is just the 2 rounds. It's top 16 and top 8. That's a maximum of 10 games. That's day 4. And then day 5 will be just like you and I did day 5 in this past spring, right? We'll do one of the third place, one of the semifinals games. We'll get somebody else to do the other semifinals setup, and then we'll go probably. I think we'll probably do the finals, and then someone else will carry the third place game. We'll try and do it all simultaneously to streamline how long we spend on the day.
What, you don't want to spend 24 hours?
I would prefer not to spend 24 hours.
I've never done this before. I've never done a 24-hour stream. Like. This might be fun.
Pass.
Really? Okay.
Pass. So one of the things I've learned about myself, the streaming that I've done for this and other things, right? When I have a focus for like an event like this, I can do 6 hours, right? Past that, I start to struggle, right? When it's just me derping around doing whatever I want to do, man. After about 3 to 4 hours, I start to lose a lot of energy, especially between that 3 and 4 hours is when it starts to tail off. Right?
So
by the time I hit that 4-hour mark, it's bad.
Okay. Most of my streams are 6 hours long, at least my Sunday streams, and I feel like to me, I'm just getting into it. Really? And then I have to stop. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the dirty water helps, right? But
I'll bet it does.
But I feel like, I mean, we have a lot of good opportunities. Like, so, guys, I do my replay theater. I cover replays. I talk about like what goes right, what goes wrong, and try to help players improve, but also kind of showcase what they're doing right, so everybody can improve, which is kind of fun. But like to me, like by the time I get to hour number 6, like I feel like I'm just right in it. And I feel like, I hate to say it, but you remember like when you were a kid and you were hanging out with friends and your mom just said it's time to come home?
And you're, oh man.
Yeah, just a little bit more, Mom, please. Like, I feel like oftentimes I just have to stop at the weirdest times. And I wish I could play more. I wish I could do more. But I can't.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, for me, some of it's about ships, right? Like I sometimes struggle to keep my energy up. It's easy to get on like you get on a losing streak playing random battles. It's very easy to get like, disheartened and be like, ugh, do I really have to keep playing? Do I really want to keep playing?
Sure.
Ugh. It's easy to find yourself in that mode.
Sure.
Streaming warships.
Of course. I mean, like we've all had teams where we look at it, we question our sanity.
Well, Zath,
What?
they lost their game. They lost game 4.
I told you, Kraken special. Here we go. Here we go.
The pairings for Spruance are not up, but I'm gonna say we should grab this match whenever they get
Damn
paired
right,
up.
we need to grab Kraken.
Yeah,
Please.
we'll grab this match when they get paired up. I don't know who they're gonna play yet. I'll keep an eye on it. It should be coming out shortly. Their potential opponents are. Let's see, who are the other 4? Who are the other 2 win teams? We've got NGA. They've already played NGA, so they can't be paired against NGA again. 5D3, EGO, Star 2, RNG's second team, which are literally called the Deplorable Underscores. I love that name, by the way. And then Quebec Navy 2 are the other 2 win teams in that division. Teams that ought to be advancing on to day 2 at this point. We've talked about PN and PEDS 2. We can add that total to Peach, KSD, TNG, and Troya, which is obviously one of our Latin American, South American teams.
Yeah.
Those are all out of the Spruance division.
Okay.
Murray division, we've got, of course, KIA. They're now 4-0. Star Brazil. We talked about them before. RBMK won game 4. They will be moving on. RPF is now 3-1. They'll be moving on, along with Dash RNG, which is different than underscore RNG. And then KS, 5D, of course, we just saw them. They have won 3 games. They should also be moving on as well. We continue on up the list here. Look at the Lee division. Only 3 teams that are 3-0 right there. Though the Lee division's run, Lee and Grau running a little behind. Only got a couple of. Thank you, dear. Only got a couple. My wife just brought me a snack because she's amazing. Look at
What?
this. My wife is amazing. Yeah, she brought me cheese and some turkey and a little Capri Sun. It's awesome.
Please say hello to your wife for me, because she is indeed awesome.
She is. I'm supposed to say hi to you, dear. Zath says hi. Okay, done now.
There you go.
All right, so Spruance looks like they're about ready to get their last round of pairings off. Let's have a check here. And they are up, so let's go. I'm going to go catch the spreadsheet. Spruance, here we go. Okay, who is the host for this game? Is it Kraken or is it Doma? It is Doma, so I need to go find out who Doma is. Who is Doma? I don't know these guys. Here we go.
Oops, I died.
Doma. Here we go.
Okay, let me take a look. Puddin is asking me to do a 24-hour stream. I would love to do one. But yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Okay, so Zath.
Yes.
Team A will be Doma.
Doma.
Team B will be our boys in Kraken as we head to Shatter.
I just need to ask. That will
be our next game.
Are we? We're not breaking any rules by doing this.
No, we're allowed to do this.
Okay.
It's one of these things where it's like. I'd say it's discouraged, but it's not explicitly forbidden, right?
Okay.
Like, yeah, especially not with you and I are fairly well established at this point, I think, and we've cast Kraken games before. You may not remember, but we have.
We have it. So, guys, just a moment to acknowledge, we have a 5-minute stream delay, and you better believe we are on a different Discord server than Kraken. They have no access to us. So I just want to put that out there. We are currently hanging out in the Supremacy League Discord, which, quite frankly, I didn't even know existed still. I thought I wasn't a part of it because it's listed as Supremacy League, and it's got the fight for the flagship icon instead of, like, Supremacy League? So...
Well, that's because it used to be the NACL Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And back when Supremacy League was rerun recently, they have... They renamed it and redid everything, and so here we are again.
Right. But I just want to make sure people that are listening know and are watching. I mean, we're not trying to do any BS to change the outcome of Game 5.
Saf, I've been doing this 2.5 years. If people, for me, if they haven't figured that out about me by now, then I can't really help them. I mean, you know, there's only so much I can do here.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, I will say this. Okay, the room is up, Zaf.
Oh, who's the host?
It's FRAR. Do a search for that. You should find it.
Good, thank you. Got it.
I'll say this. Do not run the intro video for this map.
What?
It's wrong. just don't.
Huh?
Because the intro video for this map is titled Shatter, but the actual video images underneath it are all shards. Don't ask.
We got put on Team Bravo.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll get it figured out. We got time.
Oh, of course. Wait. So we don't do the intro video for this.
We beat you, Hosho. We beat you, Hosho. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Be gone. Be gone.
There. I even marked it in the spreadsheet.
There you go.
All right. Excellent. Oh, looks like Hosho's gonna do this one too. That's fine. I don't care.
I'd like to spectate.
Yeah, Zap. There we go. I don't even know who's on this team, by the way. Like I know Vermi put together a group, but I don't even know who's on it.
So Verm, Hanger, Ken, Tutster, Griefer, and White Symphonia. That's who's on the team.
You're super helpful, Zap. I can see them in the training room too.
Well, good. Oh, and Akazuki Kai. What was that? Oh, SFNL?
Okay. Wow, I haven't seen SF play since he was on with SCCC.
So
That's the last time I saw him playing King of the Sea.
So no pressure to them. Oh my god.
No pressure.
We might
No
be
pressure.
doing a disservice actually by showing up.
We're fine. We're fine. Look, if they win, it'll be preserved for all posterity. If they lose,
It's our
it'll
fault.
be preserved for all posterity. See,
It's
no
our
big
fault.
deal. It's fine. It's fine. They don't want us playing in this. I've done no prep. Like, leave me out of it, man.
Tars mobile with the flex 5 minutes later.
All right. Let's see. How are we doing on giveaway? I think I'm going to wrap this one up. We've probably got time. Okay, I'm going to... No.
And it's Shatter of all maps.
Yeah. Welcome to Shatter. Problems?
Well, no, I'm just... So we got Ken. So Ken's a battleship player. Ted's a battleship player. Those are probably our battleships. Kay is a destroyer player. The other destroyer, probably Akazuki Kai.
Probably. Aki normally plays Destroyer, does he not?
Yep. But Verm could be easily a battleship, destroyer, or cruiser player.
Verm can play anything you put in front of him. You just
Griefer,
gotta-
cruiser player. 404, Hanger, cruiser.
Okay, keep an eye on things and let me know if they get close to dropping, because I'm handing out codes right now.
Ah, yes. Oh, and thank you, Zampy. I just like to publicly thank Zampy for being an awesome person.
Uh-oh. What did Zampy do now?
Zampy does Zampy things, both on stream and off stream. Zampy things.
Oh, okay. You're not wrong. You didn't answer my question.
Truth.
You're intentionally dodging my question.
So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm the, I guess, leader of Kraken, but like we're part of an officer corps, so we all lead it together. Raptor's an officer as well, so like we're excited about this game.
Well, I'm curious to see what they do. I have been a part. I don't even know what their strats have they been looking like. I don't know what work they've done. I want to see how they look.
I have no idea either. And to me,
Yeah.
like the way that I look, so for those of you guys that might say this is us, you know, like streamer bias and all that BS. To me, I'm looking at this as if Kraken loses this game, this is the only opportunity for Raptor and I to cast Kraken in King of the Sea.
Exactly. That's my thing. I want to be here because if they lose, their tournament is over, and I want to say that I had the chance to do this. If they win, well, then we might get a chance to do this again in day 2 or something. We usually don't. We don't go out of our way to cast these guys, right? Only when you know, it's something like this. This could be the last chance. So I want to show up and do it. It's fine. Okay. Let's see. How are we looking in the training room, Zaf? Looks like everybody's ready. I don't see a ref. Do we have to wait on a ref? We've done.
I'm not sure. Right now they're talking about like, is this okay? So I hope you don't mind me speaking for you, but I'm just simply saying.
No, it's fine.
If they're not comfortable with us being here, then you and I can find another game. Like I don't want Doma to come out of this feeling like we
I agree.
are screwing them. Plain and simple.
I agree completely. Yeah, if the team is uncomfortable with it, I don't have any problem with it. It's no big deal. We can go find.
Right.
We can, we can go find another game probably.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, it was at least one or two divisions were just finishing up last I looked. So like, there's other games out there we can bring. If we can do this one, great. If they're not comfortable with it, that's fine. I have no problem. I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. That's not why we're here.
Okay, we're being asked to find another game.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Okay,
It's fine.
Let's go.
Look around.
I mean,
it's fine. I'm out.
We
It's
got
fine.
Hosho covering it. At least it's covered.
Fine. Yeah, it's covered. I got no problem with it. Looks like Ground Division. Okay, looks like they're all reporting in. Let's look around. What are our options over here? We've got some 2-2 teams. Nom, Apes, SCL. SCL is 2-2.
Perfect.
There it is.
That's it.
There it is.
That's it. That's it.
We'll go catch SCL. That's fine. Doesn't bother me in the least.
Nope.
All right. So we gotta wait for pairings to go up in the Ground Division and see who SCL is going to be up against, and then we'll go figure that out. No big deal. Yeah, I have no problem. If we go to cast Kraken and the other team is not comfortable with it, that's fine. I don't care.
I mean, I think
I'm not going to sleep over it.
That's the most professional we can be, right? We
course.
offered it. They said they're not comfortable. Cool. We move on.
It's fine. That's fine. I'm here to have a good time. If they're not comfortable with it, I'll just go find something else. It's not a big deal. Doesn't bother me.
Absolutely.
I'd rather them be more comfortable in the integrity of the event. That is far more important than me casting my guys.
The last thing that I want is for Kraken to win and people say, "Oh, that's because a Kraken streamer was catching them." I don't want to take away from the accomplishments of anybody in this tournament. Plain and simple.
Of course not. That's not why we're here. So simple, easy fix. All right. So SCL coming into this, they were 2-1 going into game 4, but they lost to SOL, who of course we saw earlier lose to RNG. That means that was SOL's third win, so SOL should be advancing to day 2. So now we're just waiting to see who SCL gets paired up against. They have, let's see, they have some options. They have some interesting opponents in here in terms of guys that are also sitting at 2 wins. So we're just gonna have to see then who is available, how the pairings line up. Yep, still waiting on the pairings there. Not a big deal. All right, so I'm gonna go take our names off the list there because that's obviously not going to happen.
Sure.
That's fine. Let's see. I gotta find.
Is there
the
anything
match.
that I need to do to help?
No, we just gotta wait. Basically, I know what game we're looking for. I've got to wait for the pairing to show up, which means that the refs and the admins have to finish, making their pairings, and then we'll know.
Okay.
Let me go back over to the Grau division window here. Give me a moment. Here we go. Okay,
So-
and I'm guessing.
Guys, this is just FYI for everybody who's understanding. This is game 5 coming up.
This is it. This is the last game of the day.
It's the last game of the day. Some people have asked me to do some replay analysis. If you want me to, I can.
Just don't start one now.
I've had some, wild turkey. I have more in this cup.
That'll win fabulous, won't it?
Mm-hmm. Very happy. Oh, I also have to do a replay. I need to do my Munchin review, so there's that too.
That too. Yeah.
So I could do that too.
I really like München, but to me, München is a ship that, if you don't like Königsberg and Nuremberg, you will not like München. They're the same. It's not exactly the same gun. It's basically the same gun, right? There are some minor differences, but if you do like the German mid-tier light cruisers, München is a nice, fun option, right? A little slightly different way to play, let's say, because she handles much. Of course, her layout is completely different.
Yep.
And in my opinion, she handles better. She handles better than Nuremberg. I feel like she has a shorter overall length. It feels like it. A narrower beam, and because she doesn't have to carry those triple wide turrets, and she's just a nice ship to drive. I really like my München. All right, I'm seeing Trident typing in. Okay, so our division, they're finishing verifying all the scores.
Okay.
Which means we should be getting pairings soon-ish. Yeah, they haven't paired 5th round over here in Grau just yet. So we're close though.
Yep. Edge case, I know this is 5 minutes away, but it has nothing to do with streaming rules. I mean, sure, they recommend to not have people from the same clan going, but it's more of a, we don't want the other team to feel like we gave the Kraken team an advantage, plain and simple. What are you laughing about there, Mr. Raptor?
Oh, I'm looking up. My chat's catching up to us leaving the previous game finally. So.
Ah.
I'm letting them know that our cunning alternate plan is already in motion. We are on top of it, kids.
That's damn right.
That's damn right. Okay, still waiting on that to pair up.
Meanwhile, everybody else is watching me currently play a Wukong in co-op. Wukong clan ain't nothing to F with.
I had never taken out my, what was it, my Beiji or whatever it was.
Yep.
I'd never even, I just literally, I queued the ship up, selected co-op, and hit battle. And I got about 5 minutes of the game, I was like, oh my god, this is an Ishimo. Yuck.
You were so pissed about that. Like, you were so upset.
I don't like that ship, man. Ishimo is terrible. Like, that ship is awful.
And then, you want to share with your viewers what happened?
Oh yeah, so I get like, this is co-op, right? So I get like 4 or 5 minutes into this game, and we're crushing bots. It's fine. We get down to the end, and I've moved my ship up to a position where I'm chasing the enemy carrier. It's a bot, of course. So it's a Shokaku. He's driving in circles. He's 10 clicks in front of me. I've only got my 6 barrels over the bow because of how I'm rearranging my rear turret at the time. So I pull the trigger and I fire my 6 shells. Every single shell hits. I land 3 citadels and a bunch of pins, and the guy takes Shokaku takes 45,000 damage in salvo.
Yep.
And I was like, huh.
But yeah, the Baishi's crap, huh?
I guess these guns are pretty good after all. Okay, guys, here's the pairing is up. So we are going to be casting SCL versus ZUOSI, something like this. Let me go ping the SCL guys. Oh, it's BEO.
All right, SCL, got it.
Okay, and the other team is ZUOSI, something. I won't pretend I can pronounce it because I'm sure I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Okay, there we go. Waiting for all that to update. Yes, there it goes. Okay. Sandbar Cruise Lines. I just love this name. I love this name. Makes me so happy.
I mean, I think it's great.
I love a good cruise. I love a good cruise.
Well, I don't know how much you love cruising, so that's why, like, I saw that and I'm
Exactly.
like, this is Raptor's name all over it.
Damn right. Damn right. I'm in. Let's do it. All right. I let BEO know, so they're gonna let us know when the room is ready to go.
Sounds good. I'm just shoving torpedoes in New Mexico's face right now.
That sounded really bad when you started that sentence.
I mean, ta-da, we win. Wukong Clan.
my brain was like, where's he going with this? Ooh.
I've been told to prepare for sloppy. I don't know what that means, and I'm scared. Oh, did I finish my dailies? I think I just finished my dailies. Guys, welcome to the world of Lord Zath, aka Smog, aka do everything in front of him. That's just how I act. Just who I am. How are we looking on time, Raptor, do you think?
We should be good. They've made the pairings. I pinged SCL and said, hey, let us know when the room is up. They acknowledged that ping, so I'm just waiting on them to tag me back and let me know the room is available and where it is. That's literally what we're waiting on right now.
Okay. Let's just...
My chat. There's some guys in my chat that are still salty that we're not doing Kraken, and I'm kind of like, well, guys, I get it. It's fine. It's not that big a deal.
I'm not gonna. You and I are both. We're extremely professional here. We're both saying, okay, it's not comfortable. Fine. We're not gonna throw a fit over this. Like, that's okay.
No, it's not worth it.
I'm excited. I'm excited that somebody else is covering it. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Honestly, as long as the fact that Hosho and PNG are covering it, I'm good. It means I can go back and watch it later. Win or lose, I'll go back and watch that game later because I'm curious.
Damn right. Alright, Raptor, I've gotten a Amalfi here. Should I put a 19-pointer on it?
Absolutely, why wouldn't you? It's an Amalfi, she's a great ship.
Okay, fine. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching me work through what I do on a daily basis.
They're still going on about this thing. That's really funny.
I got 19 points to throw down. This is a co-op specific build because I just don't care. They're still going on about the Kraken game?
Yeah, a couple people are. It's just they're just having a conversation about the. They're having a conversation about the likelihood of Doma winning or not.
Oh, okay.
Either way, I'm not concerned. It looks like BEO is our host for this one. Let's check. Yes, it is. Black Eagle Ops is your game host. Zaf, come on in when you're ready.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
I didn't realize BEO was playing in this event. This is awesome.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Black. Oh. SCL versus ZUOSI on Shatter.
What his teammates? I came in and I said, in the room chat, I told BEO, I said, I didn't realize you were playing this time. That's awesome. And one of his teammates says, sadly, he is not very good though.
Ouch.
Damn.
Shots fired. I should probably change it to 0 versus 0 instead of 10 versus 10.
Yeah, it's no worries.
There we go.
All right, teams are kind of filtering in here. There we go. Excellent. Got some SEL guys in here. Got some of the opposing team in here. So excellent. We'll be underway momentarily, guys. I apologize for the delay. Thanks for sticking it out. I realize when we have rounds like this, it gets a little irritating. Apologies, but we're going to be on top of it soon. We're bringing you Game 5 here in just a moment.
Damn right.
Two teams that are 2-2. So one of these teams will go away with their third win and should advance to day 3. The other team will, unfortunately, this will be the end of their tournament.
So this is do or die for both teams. Is that correct?
It is indeed. One of my regulars is now baiting me in chat about my hatred of the Prince Idol Friedrich.
What?
He knows how much I dislike Prince Idol Friedrich, so he's gotten to the point where he'll request it and make me play it. And after about 2 or 3 games in the ship, I've kind of begrudgingly come around to the fact that maybe it's not pure crap. And so now he's pinging me in chat about it, and I'm just like, no, I'm not replying to that. That's bait.
Wow. That's impressive.
I just never. PEF was a lot of fun in her initial testing iteration, and then as soon as they started slapping her AA around, it was like, ugh. And then the ship came out, and she was not very good. And then apparently, this is what I hadn't done. I hadn't gone back and played her again since they buffed the German battleship accuracy, right? And then they made all those changes to German battleship accuracy, and now the ship, those guns are actually pretty comfortable to fire, right? And they actually hit things, which is not something you can normally say about a German battleship. Is she an amazing ship? No, but she's not the pure garbage ship that I remember her as. So, there you go.
Well,
that's a ship that I might actually play on occasion.
I guess that means something.
I mean, it's a thing that happened basically. There's with so many ships in the game, like there's just no way to play everything, right? But it means that when people request that I play it, I probably won't just run away screaming anymore. Okay. So we got that going on.
Okay, that's good. Deadliest is saying, am I getting sloppy from the booze? What? No.
Not yet. He has to have a lot more booze.
Raptor knows what I look like when I
yes.
get sloppy from the booze.
Oh yes, I do know. I have seen this. I have seen this here. I have seen this in Russia.
Oh, Russia.
I remember that night at Catherine's Palace with the vodka bar where we had to take shots up and shots down.
Oh, we all do. Well, some of us do.
Well, not everybody. Not everybody does.
I got a great picture of iChase doubled over on the table on that one.
You weren't the only one who got that picture.
Oh, that was great.
Poor Chase.
Sadly, he used that for his, what was it called back then? I don't know, whatever his video was.
Oh, he did like his little recap video. Yeah, poor Chase. Chase had a bad night. Chase had a bad night that night.
I mean, Tucci versus Trace. Let's think about this, right? Vodka is the weapon of choice?
Vodka is very much the weapon of choice if you are a non-Russian visiting Russia. They have weaponized vodka. That is correct. That is how they will get you.
Yep. And that's okay.
It's a thing.
Although I'll tell you what, the Russians' take on pizza was very interesting, huh?
What, that pizza place we ate in downtown St. Pete?
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. That was actually pretty good, I thought.
Well, I was also thinking about the pizza that they brought in for lunch.
Right. There were a lot of unique pizza flavors, let's say.
There you go. There you go. Oh God!
I hadn't realized. All right, so long time ago, I had a game I had a game, wasn't on stream, but I was playing a game. I don't remember what I was driving. I think I was driving a Des Moines, and it was on North, and I got into this was in a cyclone, and it was one of these games where the teams all get broken up by the cyclone. So like you're watching a teammate, you assume this teammate's going to die, and you can't get there to help because you can't see what you're shooting at. And it was this Worcester, and it was getting run down by a battleship. And this Worcester, she eventually killed this battleship, burned it down in a stern chase. I was floored. And turns out later they came and visited the stream, and it was Neff. I'm gonna totally blow her name, but it was Neff and her husband, Big Papa Bill. They both play. And Papa, if you look on the team right there, Papa is on the SCL roster right there in the training room. And so she's in my chat going, make sure you tell Papa how bad he sucks, while he's playing and everything. Make sure you make fun of him. They've been kind of on and off regulars to the stream for a couple of years, ever since I started doing this. Still waiting on, it looks like ZUOSI's missing one player. There he is, finally in the room. And SCL's got their last sitting in the undistributed list. And, okay, everybody's here.
Hey, everybody's here. Let's go.
Progress. All right. I'm guessing that we're not waiting on a ref. I don't know.
Well, I mean, that has stopped us in the past. So.
It hasn't always stopped them from pushing that drop battle button, has it? Hasn't always stopped anybody, has it? All right. Let's see.
So looking for a minute.
Okay, yep, ZUOSI wants a little extra time. No big deal. I mean, at this point, it's the last game of the day. We're supposed to start... Where's our announcements?
I mean, so I put in the calendar...
We're start at the top of the hour, so...
Yep. I put in my calendar that this is going to go until 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard, which is an hour from now. And, if it does, great. If it doesn't, okay.
I did just get confirmation from HAPA, by the way, so we're on again for the finals.
Well, crap.
I know. You're so disappointed.
I'm very disappointed.
All right. Looks like they're ready.
Awesome. Tommy Two
You ready, Zap?
Redeeming Film Projectionist. Oh, we have to go?
You ready?
Well, crap.
Are you
okay.
ready?
Yeah. Sure. I don't want to hold these guys up.
I just want to let them know that we're both ready if you're available.
The picturesque coastlines of the maritime provinces of eastern Canada form the backdrop for a titanic clash of opposing fleets. These steep cliffs and jagged rocks will soon echo the thunder of heavy guns, and only one team will emerge supreme. This is Shatter. Shatter is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. Cap Alpha on the left is the safest for destroyers. Though there are plenty of nearby islands within radar range, large portions of the cap perimeter are wide open, providing unfettered access and a multitude of ways in and out. This directly contrasts with Capture Point Bravo in the center, which is claustrophobic and has only a handful of entrances and exits. Ships caught here typically fall under tremendous focus fire from both map edges. On the right, Cap Charlie is frequently the site of staring contests.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're cutting in because that was definitely not Shatter. That was Shards, which I always screw up myself as well.
It's fine. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, so, holy crap, a Montana?
Montana!
What do you got over?
Oh my god.
Hindenburg! Hindenburg!
Zap, their Yamato's name is Slava. That's going to mess me up hardcore.
Oh my god.
All right, let's look at the SCL lineup, bringing Montana, Kremlin, Des Moines, double Petropavlovsk, triple Stalingrad, and a lone Gearing.
Yep, and meanwhile, over on the ZUOS side, you did that on purpose, didn't you? You just did... You wanted me to try to say that.
I wanted you to trip over that just like I did. Go right ahead.
Thank you so much. The only thing is, I tripped over that with grace because I have wild turkey in me. So anyway,
I see what that was subtle.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
Wow.
So we've got
Jackass. Let's go.
we've got Slava in the Yamato. We got Kremlin, Double Des Moines, Hindenburg, and then Venezia, Petropavlovsk, Gearing, and Shimakaze. Now this Shimakaze is running 12-kilometer torpedoes.
Now, I'll tell you who's not excited to see the Hindenburg is all those damn Russian cruisers on the other team. They are really not excited to see the Hindenburg and the Venezia,
Well,
let me tell you.
Hindenburg's at 1/4 HE pen, which means that the Hindenburg will pen 50 millimeters of armor, aka
You got
all
it.
the Russian cruisers. Oops.
All the Russian cruiser deck armor, as well as the Venezia shells will also pin those decks as well. ZUOSI going for an AC split here, sending quite a bit of force over to A, gearing Double Des Moines, Venezia, and Kremlin headed that way, while the Petro, Yami, Hindi, and Shimakaze head the opposite direction.
Yep, looks like both teams are going AC split. Nobody's really caring much about B, except
Yeah.
ZUOSI has a Des Moines that is in striking distance of B if he chooses to go into
He
it.
could sneak in there if he wanted. I will say, Zaf, I'm not a fan of SCL's gearing play right now, right? Like, I understand why you put a destroyer in here early. So maybe I'm being a little premature, but what I don't want to see is this gearing stay in here, right?
So I think the problem is that they probably wanted the gearing to go to A, but he probably spawned on the C side. So he ended up going to the cap that he's nearest, which, I mean, it's hard to fault, but at the same time, you're absolutely correct. Like,
yeah.
he's
So
doing
now that
nothing.
they put the Stalingrad in that cap, what I would like to see out of SCL, I'd like to see them rotate that gearing either wide on the 10 line to spot, but honestly, they really need him to go back to B and try to cap the center of the board.
Well,
But they don't know that yet because they haven't seen enough, but I mean, that's to me the way to go.
with the Stalingrad in C cap, I'm surprised he hasn't radared yet because, I mean, seriously, you need to know who you're up against, right?
True.
Especially if you radar and you only see one Shimakaze, okay, your gearing can go charge him with the Petropavlovsk and the Stalingrad behind him. That's an easy win.
Big Papa Bill's Kremlin here might have a shot on that Des Moines if he can move up just a bit. That Des Moines, that's Zeusers, is taking some shells.
How is he at half health
Getting
already?
slapped around. I think he got slapped around from somebody. Must have been, I don't know, the Monty might have gotten some shells in on him.
I mean,
But they're pushing the Des Moines back, and Bill's going to have a cross shot here. Here comes some of the shells already coming in.
oh,
We lost sight of him. Oh, they didn't hit him that hard.
well, they hit him enough.
They pushed him back. He knows he's been touched. All right, now that I see where the Zuo Petro is, I understand why they did not push the gearing into B.
Oh, look at the Petro. Look at all the torpedoes he just took. Gordonasha just took like 2.
All the torpedoes. Well, they're radaring the gearing now, but it's a little too late, I think.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, they've got a lot of radar on that flank. They're going to be able to keep him radared for a while if they stagger those radars properly.
Broken Trident, I see your flex. I'll handle that later, because you can't see me now.
5 minutes gone. No caps going anywhere. No one on A, no one on B. Both teams sitting in C.
I mean, are you surprised, Raptor? This is shards after all.
No, it's shatters, Zaf.
Oh, shards. Shatter. See what you guys did? Oh,
Oh
what?
my.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh. Oh.
Oh my, Zaf.
Okay, never mind. This is shatter.
Well done. Well done to the SCL gearing. Morgan, well done getting those torpedoes into the Shimakaze. That will easily allow them to flip C.
Shimakaze
Stalingrad already there taking them up.
using that island camouflage. Oof.
I mean, look how far forward this gearing is, but he doesn't have anything to fear yet, right? I don't know if they know where the Petropavlovsk is over there at the 5-6 line now, but he knows the Hindenburg certainly can't spot him.
Yep.
There's no way.
Yep.
Early
Hindenburg's in a
kill and
really
cap
bad
advantage
spot.
going. He is kind of. Early cap and kill advantage both going to SCL here on Shatter. In Game 5, they need a win if they want to move on to Day 2. Both of these teams need a win if they want to move on. Somebody's moving into B, Zath.
I'm applauding right now because Kraken special has worked. Apparently, Kraken has
Did they
gotten
win?
win 3.
Goodness gracious. Well, they certainly they got all the way to the end, but they got there, and that's all that matters. You got to get into the day. It's like the playoffs, right? You just got to get into. You got to get in. Don't worry about that. Make it in, then worry about the rest.
Lovey Smith, a win is a win is a win is a win.
You got it. SCL now aggressively pushing through the C cap. Stalingrad, Petro, and Stalingrad kind of moving in a nice line there.
Yep.
Papa Bill's Kremlin still looking for shots through the B cap. Did manage to get. Looks like he got a salvo into the Petropavlos
Now,
there as he maneuvering through the cap.
The key for SCL is they have to move together. They can't move one at a time. Midnight Viper is moving way too far up too quickly. Oh, such.
Bill just slapped that Petro. The guys at A basically just have to hold what they have. There's no
Correct.
need for them to move up.
Gornasha is low though, and so is Black Eagle actually.
Well, and Gornasha's out there where it looked like saw the Venezia shells coming in. He does not need to eat that damage.
No, he needs to back up. He needs to reverse around the island.
ZUOSI tried to make a play through B, shove their Petro through the cap, but he actually grounded himself. No, he didn't. But he's kind of he's slowing down, trying to hold in there, but I don't think he's going to make it.
Black Eagle Ops with the closest of Eurobeats. Wow. Gornasha now reversing.
Another Kremlin salvo falling all around this Petro, but he's about to spot. He fell out of the cap, gave up all those cap points he worked so hard and gave up all that health to get. Lost them right there at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And now Midnight Viper Stalingrad will be crawling directly up his stern, as now he's onto the B cap.
Yep, Shatter is a really tough map because in order to get B, you really need control of the flank, which SEL has secured over at A side.
You mean the C side?
Sorry, yes, C side.
Yeah. Now ZUOSI has done something interesting. They've turned Slava's Yamato around. They're trying to kind of face this push head on, right? At a minimum, try to slow these guys down. Now, I don't know if it's going to be successful. The gearing, Monahan's gearing out there in front, doing a great job keeping everybody lit.
In doing so, you've pretty much agreed to sacrifice your Yamato. He's just there to stall because you need to give time for ZUOSI to react to what's going on. ZUOSI is definitely on the back foot here.
Oh, big time. They do manage to bag Gornasha, finally, very low, hanging out over there on the one line. He's the first kill of the game for ZUOSI.
Yep.
As they have pushed their Kremlin up pretty aggressively to the bottom end of the A cap.
But note the point differential. They're still,
they're still down. They have no board control.
SCL is the only team that's gaining points right now. So even with the loss of the ship, SCL is still almost a 2-to-1 advantage in points.
Yep.
Oh,
I'll tell you what's at. The ZUOSI gearing over here on the one line is doing a really good job as well.
of course. ZUOSI, though, in Des Moines, is just getting himself slapped around.
Yeah.
Now, Alez needs to get into A, the Kremlin. He has to get into A and just say, screw it, I don't care if the Stalingrad has flank shots on me. He's got to get in.
If he hangs back far enough, the Stalingrad won't have flank shots, but he needs to pull the handbrake and stop right on the south edge of the cap.
Right.
He also, in my opinion, should be looking for better targets, but I'm guessing he doesn't have them right now.
Right.
He needs to angle a little better. That the Monty will get some some shells into him too. SCL playing a very strong, very aggressive game right now, pushing through the C cap. Oh my goodness! Watch Sniper Squad and Slava. This is going to end so badly for this Yamato. This is every Stalingrad player's dream right here.
Citadel there.
The point blank broadside Yamato.
Meanwhile, SCL gets a kill in the Des Moines too. There it goes.
2 quick kills for SCL. They go up 2 ships. As they're about to slap the gearing off the board, he took a good salvo from somebody. I'm not sure how, but
nope,
he's been getting wrecked. There he goes.
You cannot afford to show cheek in a Yamato. That is a that's a serious misplay right there.
SCL looking really solid here. Been pretty much all them all day. They haven't even killed this Hindenburg, but he's so ineffective because they've pushed him all the way to the back of the map.
Wow, he's literally on the border.
Yes. He's literally riding his spawn border. That's how ineffective he is.
Oof.
And that's not a knock against the player. I'm just saying they've just marginalized and driven him off to the point where he's just not useful.
Yep.
He's not dead. His points are still in play, but he's effectively useless.
He's getting better.
Yeah. SCL at this point, clearly in the driver's seat. All they have to do is hold what they have. They can even let them have the ACAP if they really want to.
I mean, they win in 3 minutes at this point.
Well, the Des Moines, like these guys at A, all they need to do is play safe. There's absolutely no reason to do anything that would cause you to take extraneous damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can even let them have the cap. You just don't need all the defense points. It's great, but you don't need them. It's kind of like at this point you don't need to win more. You're already winning.
Right. And we see this a lot with teams winning harder, but I don't know that SCL will win harder here.
No, I don't think so. Now, ZUOSI has pushed the Petro back into the B cap. That's at least going to slow down some of those points gains. Oh, never mind.
Hey, our boys won Game 3, apparently.
Game 5?
5, yeah.
DC blasts Montana, takes out the Petro that was trying to contest B. Now there's a Venezia trying to... Oh, he got slapped by Stalingrad shells. This is just brutal, Zath.
Yep.
This has just been all SCL. Once they killed that Shima in C, it's like just a long line of dominoes.
Mm-hmm. That's how Shatter plays, though. Like, you win one flank and you just roll them up on the other side.
Yep.
Brutal.
They may yet finally kill this Hindenburg. Mr. Bean's continuing to chase him, continuing to put damage into him. Oh no, is he firing AP? Oh, Zath. Okay.
Who's firing AP?
The Hindenburg. The Hindenburg is firing AP at the Petropavlovsk. So part of what you're seeing there, I think, is a little, I don't know if it's inexperience or misunderstanding from ZUOSI about what they should be using that Hindenburg for.
Well, to be quite honest, at that point, it's all Hail Mary, right? Like, you have to hope.
I agree with you, but I mean, I don't know. I feel a little like it feels like SCL was just they clearly had a plan and a strategy and executed it very well. And once they got that shim out, it was just steamroll, baby, just steamroll.
I mean, like, one person in my Discord or stream is saying, they panicked after they lost to Shima instead of trying to figure out, okay, what do we do from here? I mean,
it did feel a little that way, didn't it?
Absolutely. But, we're not there. All we have to do is say,
right.
That's what it might have been. But
right.
A lot of it comes down to, like we talked about before, experience, like knowing how to react to that.
Experience absolutely matters in this game. It absolutely matters. All right, well, that's it. That's all the games that we're going to have today. Let's take a quick peek at... Let's see. Let's look around here and just see how things went elsewhere. Yes, Zath, Kraken did manage to win their game. They are the top of the 3-2 bracket there.
Yep.
Okay, that looks good. Spruance Div. Murray Div. Yep, there's 12 teams, 3-2. Excellent. Okay. Leahy Division. No, they haven't reported in yet. And then Growl was that game we just saw. They are still playing. Outstanding. All right, so I'm wondering. Let's see. Let's try and wrap my brain around how this first group stage works.
Yeah.
Okay. We're moving 48 teams onward, and there's 8 seeded spots. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So there's gonna be 56 teams that have to play in these group stages, and I think actually, let me see if I figure this out correctly. The second group stage. 6 groups. Yes, the seeded teams don't show up until day 3. Okay, which means that we're gonna have these groups will be teams of 6. No, groups of 4. And okay, so 24. Okay. So what'll happen then, next Saturday, we will play 1 day of group stage. We take 48 teams out of today, and we winnow them down to yeah, 24 teams.
Hmm.
Is that right? Yes, 24 teams. So we take all of these teams. They're going to take the top 2 teams, I guess, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 12. Yeah. So they're going to take the top 12. There's 12 groups next weekend, 4 teams each. The top 2 teams out of each group will then move on to the second day of group stage. That's where the seeded teams come in. So you have 8 groups of 4 at that point. We weed that down to a top 16, and then the following weekend, everything is best of 5, starting with the top 16.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna finish up this last giveaway.
Oh my god, man. I don't know what to say. Like, this has been
About what?
a fantastic series.
What do you mean? Just this series of games?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been good. This has been a good day. This is probably one of the smoothest day ones we've had. I mean, Swiss is a little chaotic just by its very nature, but it's run. I'm gonna huge props to the orgs and the refs again. You guys have made this just flawless today. It's been beautiful. It's been absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, this has been lovely. Kind of want to wait and see how things finish up. Now, what's interesting is that something happened in the Grau division that is mathematically possible, and that is the team that went 4-0 to get to the last round lost their game 5. And that was RNG.
No.
Well, that's okay. You don't need a 5-0, right?
Right.
You can have a bunch of 4-1s. But it's just interesting, right? It's noteworthy that RNG, they played really well. They got all the way, but they lost to absolute penetration in round 5 apparently. You still qualify. Looks like you still qualify 12 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It looks like, well, yeah, no, one of these guys is gonna. Yeah, these guys are playing each other, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right, we finish up this last giveaway.
All right. So my people are asking me to do my Munchen review, so I'll probably go right into that, and then I'll
right,
call it a stream
sounds
after
good.
that.
Sounds good. I'm gonna finish up this giveaway, and then I'm probably going to head out. I have to find somebody to raid, Zach. Maybe I should just raid you if you're gonna be around for a while.
Sure.
So think about that. Last 4 codes. Got to get rid of these. Here we go.
So guys, stick around for a little bit. We're talking about the Munchen, which is the Tier 7 German light cruiser that's currently up there. The hotness, the new hotness, which Raptor really likes.
I like her. I realize there are ships that I like in this game that people don't like. So I acknowledge that there are going to be people that do not like Munchen, and that's fine. For me, I like the ship. I enjoy it. If you like light cruisers, I feel like you'll enjoy her. I also will say that I'm not sure she offers anything terribly new or different from like an Atlanta. Maybe a little different, but not like radically so. So it's kind of like if you already own an Atlanta and you don't feel like spending the money, like you can probably get something very similar. But that's not to say that Munchen is terrible. I quite like Munchen, honestly.
I'm just gonna share something that somebody from my my chat said. If you bring a destroyer without supremacy expert or survivability expert to competitive, you deserve to lose. Just my 2 cents. Ouch.
I don't know that I necessarily agree with that.
Why?
Well, I mean, I think saying anybody deserves to lose is probably a little strong.
Fair. Absolutely.
Hang on a moment. There we go. However, I also feel like that is possible. Like, when you play competitive, you're looking for every advantage you can get, every flag, every skill, all these kinds of things. However, there are still people that are interested in competitive play or want to play competitive that don't have all these things. Maybe they're new to the game. Maybe they don't have the time invested that some other people do, and that's fine. I would hesitate to tell those people that they aren't welcome, or that they're I don't know, that they're not. I would not want to discourage them from playing just because they were missing a certain captain skill or a certain buff or a certain flag or a certain module or something. Does that make sense?
So what would you tell them then? Would you tell them that they're fighting uphill?
Absolutely. No, you have an uphill battle to climb. There's no question of that.
And that's perfectly fair. Absolutely.
Yeah. To me, as long as if you go into that an event like this with that knowledge, understanding that I'm playing. Let's be honest, you're playing from behind, right? If you're playing in a destroyer and you don't have survivability expert, odds are every other destroyer you run into is going to have more health than you. Okay, so you're already playing from behind. You have to figure out how you're going to do that. That's not to say that you can't make that adaptation or that it can't be done, but it does mean that you've got an uphill fight. That's not easy to do. So yeah, does that make sense?
Yep. Absolutely. That's what I think I like about King of the Sea is, as survivability expert, sure, is helpful in a specific one-on-one destroyer engagement, but let's be real, this goes beyond one destroyer and one captain perk.
Yeah. Fair. All right, Zaf. I just got a raid from Hers. Thank you, Hers. Thank you, Hers. This is awesome. We got all kinds of raids and great coverage and everything today. I'm actually getting close to 5,000 follows myself, Zaf. Believe it or not, I'm getting close.
Well, give some stuff away then. Holy crap.
Getting close. Getting close.
Which...
Well, I mean, we're not there yet. Not there yet, but getting close. I'm at 4830 something. So hopefully by the end of King of the Sea, I'll be there. And after King of the Sea, I'll have to do something fancy, and we'll have to take advantage of Wargaming's generosity while they like to give us free to do all that sort of thing.
I just did a couple of flexes, thanks to my people for redeeming film projectionists, you jerks.
What does that mean? What is that one?
So film projectionist is something that I put on for my channel points. I had no idea what the hell I do with it, but then I said, oh, well, you're just flexing because you're saying that you've been here for a long time and been a part of the stream. So then I just started flexing on stream. So that's turned into like me flexing every time somebody redeems film projectionist. Ouch. So yeah.
Yep. Give me 1 second. I'm answering. Somebody asked me how they get the remainder of the containers, and I had chat bots set up for all of this today, and of course none of it worked because my bot took the day off, which.
So remember that there is a combat mission set for you if you have redeemed, what is it called? You can't win every game or something like that?
Yeah, I just put a link to it. In chat here.
So there you go.
Indeed.
And but basically you redeem that, and you can't win every game or something like that, and it's like
they had it. Apparently there was a reporting error. RNG did win their 5th game. I guess that was not flagged correctly.
So you get King of the Sea containers plus King of the Sea camo. There you go.
Let me go find out. I want to find out if they're seeding the divisions today. Seeding the groups for next week, because I want to see if they're seeding that stuff today.
Well, if that's the case, you are more than welcome to hang out while we do our little replay or review of the ship.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Okay. Not here. Not here.
So,
okay. No, they'll announce the seating later tonight. So not happening right now. That's fine. So all right. So I'm gonna call it then.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying I'm gonna call it. Let's send everybody over to you. Let them go have fun with you.
Sounds good.
You can do your little what's it with your what were you doing? You're doing a ship review.
Yep, I need to do my Munchin review.
Awesome. All right, Zach, so here's what I'm going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and wait for my stream to kind of catch up, and then I will raid you, okay?
Sounds
It's going to take
great.
a few minutes. All right. Guys, y'all take care. I will see you next weekend for day 2. We'll be back here at 2 o'clock Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific next Saturday for day 2 of King of the Sea here on NA. I hope to see you then. In the meantime, take care. Go have fun with Zath. I'll catch y'all later.
Yep, and I am streaming the game that I'm playing. If you want to watch, you're welcome to do so, but you don't have to stick around, obviously.
What the hell just happened?
So let's talk about the Munchin. Raptors people, welcome aboard. So one of the things that I do on SAS Replay Theater, I typically cover replays. We talk about what worked, what didn't work, all that good stuff. With King of the Sea on, I don't know that I will be covering a lot of those replays. Yeah, let's, you know what? Here, give me a second here. I think I need to add. Is that working? Where am I? So I'm activating, come on. I'm adding a picture of myself. Which might take a while, I don't know. But in any case, we're going to talk about the Munchen, which is the brand new ship that is out there. And I need to switch to my camera view for a second, because we've got a few people that have flexed, so I need to cover that. Here we go with our flexes. Look at that. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Spindler as well with the flex. So, guys, we're going to talk about the Munchen. And here she is. So the Munchen is a tier 7.